We're back
We
again,
are back.
and it's great
Sorry
to be
for
back for one.
yes.
And for
Sorry for
two,
the
you go
things,
ahead. Yeah, well,
Uh,
just life has been happening, and just
yeah, life. You battle your own personal demons at times, and
mm,
sometimes they get the best of you, and you're just like, well, damn, here's my life. So,
mm,
I'm not that I wasn't better, but I just didn't have the motivation to do anything in life. Like
right.
honestly, I wanted to. I had all the like, man, I gotta do this, and my mind just wasn't
Just ain't
pushing.
yeah, just ain't
So I was
there.
just like,
It's like
so like,
you want to, but you're just like, but why?
yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's just like, well, all right, okay.
uh,
I would go fishing and stuff, and that would be pretty cool because that's like my little like getaway to kind of just relieve stress and
right.
like all the animosities in life and just the shit that I'm going through. Not that I'm like going through anything like too terrible to where I'm personally just like, oh, but
Right.
it's more of just the clarity of um, just being able to catch fish. Even if I catch one,
It's
that's all that
something.
matters.
Yeah, it's at
Yeah,
least something you can enjoy getting.
yeah. Because like before, I used to go fishing when I was a kid, and it would be more often than I have since my adult life. Since
Mm.
now I have to buy an actual fishing license, but
Wait,
which
you
I
have a fishing license?
yeah
Yes.
yeah
For
not
how
like
long ago was that?
it's actually been forever, but like I don't have to have a fishing license for this little pond um that's by my house.
Mm,
I just kind of I could walk to it technically, but I choose to be like I don't want to carry everything.
right.
Not lazy. I'm not lazy, guys. I mean, I am,
Right.
but not because of that. It's more because of just the fact that I've got a chair, my fishing backpack gear that I put all my gear in, the pole, everything that I have to carry. I'm only one little person. I'm a 5'6", 145 pound, 150 pound dude. Just
Right.
just
Looking everything around.
walking down the street. Nah, man, I'm cool. I'm gonna drive. Like
Right.
I'm gonna drive. If I was gonna be minimal, sure, I would walk. If it's just me, my fishing pole, and the bait, sure. But I got to take a chair because if I do want to sit down, which I typically don't sit down.
Really?
Yeah, well, not all the time. Like there's sometimes what I do, but
Mm.
I'll be like, I'll stand up and I'll just stand for hours, just and just reel in, and just like I'm constantly just on my foot, just or on my feet, just all right. Oh, I got something. Oh man, okay. But and anyway, but yeah,
Yeah.
so just battling the inner depression demons,
Yeah.
which is it happens to everybody. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's a
Yeah.
good segue to talk about Daphne.
Yeah.
She
It's sad because I didn't want to start off on this note, but
no, we're gonna get it through fast. We're
yeah.
gonna we're gonna rip that band-aid off real quick
Cool.
and
Cool.
just talk about it real quick, and then
Daphne, and
because
I want to add Canyon to that, Chris Canyon to that
Canyon and
conversation.
anybody that has, if you know anybody, I've known people that have died from suicide.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've just heard and seen most of them. Luckily, nobody
yeah.
really close to me. Now, of course, you and I, we've had those thoughts at least. And
Oh yeah,
I don't know about
yeah.
you, but they still do pop in my head sometimes. So I'm on medicine for
All the
that. But
time, all the
yeah,
time, man. I'm not on medicine. Not that I don't want to take medicine for anything. I probably could and be a whole lot better, but
mm,
I don't know, man. I'm not one of those nature freaks either,
yeah.
but I'm just kind of one of those. My body is gonna be,
It's
fine. I'm not.
different for sure. Like,
Yeah,
what happens is for me, anyway, in my experience, it has been kind of like, what do you call it? It's been like, it changes a little bit. Like, it changes, like, not your, like, it kind of your mood depending on it, but like, it's just like you feel a little different, you know? Like,
yeah,
you're a little, not you're like, you're a little sluggish, but like, you just feel off. Like
yeah.
something's different, and it gets you get over that for after like a week or two. But You know, it's
Yeah.
just not for everybody. Like you say, it's not for you. So.
Right. Well, I don't know if it's not for me. I just the only medicine I've ever been on for anything was my ADHD in like 5th grade,
Mm.
and I had Adderall
Mm.
at the time,
Oh,
and
Adderall is horrible.
yeah. It
Especially for kids. Shit.
yeah
Mm.
it put me in a weird, like, it gave me ticks. Like, I
Yeah.
do this weird thing with my neck, and I just be like, like, not like that, but like it would make me do something. I can't even do it because I don't even
Mm.
know like
Was it
what I'm
similar
doing.
to my twitches?
Mm,
Or a
I
little
mean,
different?
a little different. I wouldn't say like I would just be like, I don't know. I remember my mom telling me like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, I would like stiffen my neck like this, like on the
Mm.
side. I'd be like, eh. And like every
Oh.
now and then I'll just be like, like doing that, and it's
Mm.
just weird. Like, I just like stretch my neck up and like
Yeah.
tense the back of my neck like that,
Yeah.
and I'm just, I mean, that, and then it gave me some dark thoughts, like not suicidal necessarily, but
Yeah.
death dark thoughts for sure.
See, that's the thing is that they never say what that medicine does for that person. They always say, "Oh, this is for
I mean, they,
this."
yeah, but it does say side effects may include these, but they don't specify, like, because everybody's different. You can't really specify what it does for certain people. Like, you could take Adderall and just be like, just fine, perfectly
Mm-hmm.
normal. I could take Adderall and be like, freaking just sleeping. I could sleep the whole time, or I could be like, bouncing off the walls crazy,
Mm-hmm.
or I could be like, fuck everybody, just go into a rage.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Like, it affects people
Differently.
in different
Yeah.
ways. Excuse me.
Absolutely.
But yeah, my depression really got to me, and it's not that I could have reached out to people, and because I mean, not necessarily like suicidal thoughts, but I mean, they always pass through my mind a lot. Like, I to be honest, for me, like, I don't see death in the way of like, oh, I'm gonna, like, if I say, oh man, I wish I was dead. Like, I don't mean it to be like, oh, I want to go kill myself or blah blah blah. No, I like,
just like done. You're done.
Yeah, I want to just be done with everything that I'm going through, all the struggles and stuff, because you hear people, like, when people die, and you have people that are like, hey, they're in a better place. Like, okay, I want to be in that better place.
Right. Exactly.
They have no worries, they have no struggles, they're free, they're happy, they're everything that's positive. And I'm like, man, I want to enjoy that. I wish I was dead.
and then they demonize somebody for looking for some kind of peace.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, now we don't know what's on the other side, but unfortunately, some people just can't handle the pain, and I honestly don't think they go to hell for that. To me now, I know the Bible says that, but
I'm not a religious person.
I know you used to be.
I used to be a religious person. I used to believe in God, and I used to believe, oh man, I still heaven and hell, whatever, but I mean, like, I don't believe in, like, oh, I'm going to heaven. I just, like, I don't, and I'm not atheist either. Like, I'm not like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. I'm just kind of like, I have the spiritual beliefs and stuff where I'm like, man, like, just, I need that spiritual blessing or whatever, but I'm not like, dear God, please help me in my struggles, because when I used to do that, they would be, I mean, granted, he does it his way, apparently, he does it his way, but that way ended up taking me like one step forward, but 20 steps back. And I'm just like, shit. So I took one step forward to be like, yes, this is great. Bam! Something took me 20 steps back. For example, like, when I had my son, I prayed, man, like, when I left my son, it was shortly after that is when, like, when I went to court, and I was like, God, just, granted, I said, I don't care about the money, just let me see my son. Sure enough, I'm fucking broke. To this day, I am broke as fuck, because I have, hey, but I prayed for it. I prayed, God, give me, I don't care how much money I have to pay, just let me see my son. And, like, again, I'm struggling. So it took me one step forward, but 10 steps back. And now here I am just like, fuck, how am I going to survive?
Right.
And
Right.
if it wasn't for my mom, I'd be homeless. Like I would be homeless right now because
Yeah.
I cannot provide any money for myself to survive. If I were to, I paid my bill,
Mm-hmm.
my certain bills, and then what's left of what I have left is what I have to survive on. If it's only 25 cents, then it's 25 cents for the next 2 weeks.
Right.
So, those are the major issues of just the reason why I've been so down is just financially struggling sucks.
Right. And it
And
just feels like you're doing it for no reason.
yeah, like I bust my ass. Now, granted, here shortly in the near future, I'm hoping within the next like few weeks or so,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be bumped up to full time. So
Okay.
I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be a little better.
Right.
And
Because full time you can get more days, obviously.
yeah, I'll get 40 hours,
Mm.
regardless of what the pay is.
Mm.
Because right now I'm at 11. So if I were
part time, so it's
yeah,
like what 10, 11 hours tops.
for weeks, let's see, per week I'll get like 6 7 hour shifts, and there's only 4 of them, so 24 hours to like 30 at the most, depending on what she does schedule wise. So it'll be like 25 to less than 35, in between there, sometimes 20 depending on the slow days or whatever. Now that we're in the season part where it's like a rush, I'll probably be getting, because when I first started a year ago in August, this past August was a year ago that I've been there, and at first it was great. I was like, okay, I'm getting decent amount of money. I'm able to like pay my bills and have 100 to 200 bucks to survive. Cool. I can live off that, no big deal. And because I've had to do that before. But once the slow season hit after the holidays, it's like, oh shit, I made less than 200 bucks. Why did I stay there? I really like the job. That's why.
Right.
I'm not gonna leave to go take anything less than. Granted, I'm also, the child support is from, like, it takes out from what was my previous job, making $12 an hour at 40 hours a week plus overtime if I got it, blah blah blah. So I was making more money at my previous job. Now it's like I took a smaller decrease, and here I am struggling.
Right.
So, see you later.
Hey, he says hey.
Hey.
Hey. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, my struggles with the depression and stuff were really kicking my ass, and that's why we haven't been doing as much as we. Like, you've been putting out content for your channel, which is great because they're pretty cool. Like, I like that game. I wish I could, like, if I had the money, I'd buy it and I'd play it.
It's a good game. I'll have to see how much it is right now, because it's an older game, so like it might be lower right now. I know it's a bit long though. I just don't know what's a good spot to kind of cut it off, because there's so much in the story. It's just like, what the fuck.
Yeah, the next time you like reach a save point where you're able to like just kind of take that brief moment of pause and save and kind of regather yourself for the next part, that's when you should probably try to cut it off there.
That's what I tried to do. I try to go to I do like kind of a starting point, like starting where I'm going, and then like talking to not the main person, but like the first person they tell me about, and then I go over there and then I talk to them, and that's about it. And unfortunately, it's a little bit of a slow game, and the cutscenes are quite long.
Oh yeah, I've seen
like 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm just like,
yeah.
That takes a lot of time on the video. But like you say, it's kind of fun to play, and I haven't fully finished it. I've replayed it a couple of times, but I haven't like fully finished it. So being able to kind of watch these cutscenes along with the audience, if they are sitting there watching, I get to like kind of watch it live and live reaction, kind of like not rehearsed, but like reset or like
Like, oh,
rethought.
you've already seen it, so you don't react the way you first reacted. Like, I get that. I get
Right.
that.
And on to that point, even with me, like, I had a problem with doing that with my content because it's just like, why,
Right,
why? Like
right.
now, luckily, I do have that one. I have the kid watching me, not Koi. I probably put his name in there somewhere, not name drop, but he is watching me all the time. Every time he gets a chance. So I try to keep him coming up at least once a week or once
Yeah,
every
do it
two
for your
weeks.
number one fan.
So really, it just like you said about the money, like it doesn't really matter anymore about how many followers come to me or whatever. Like it would be fun. Like I'm not gonna lie, obviously it would be cool to have a bunch of
Oh
fans.
yeah,
It's
yeah, oh
like,
yeah,
yeah. So it was like it, but the fact that even one person wants to watch me like that, and it actually has the like things of, oh, I won't watch like regular TV. I'm gonna go watch him. So I'm
right,
just
right.
like, it's a very humbling thought. So I try to remember to
Yeah,
do that for
and
that.
not only that, but now you are technically a role model for this boy.
Right. Right.
And you got to make sure what you do doesn't affect him in a way, which that's why a lot of creators have that weird fake stuff, because they have to be certain things for their
Mm-hmm.
followers, and I get it.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm still wanting to be myself. And
Mm-hmm.
if we have to mold ourselves in a certain way, then why do we even bother making stuff that we love? We now
Mm-hmm.
have to make it a job.
Right.
Which, if it's a job, it's not like it's not fun.
Right.
But I would love to have millions, billions, trillions, of followers, and
Like
just
waiting on what you want to like, what waiting on your thoughts on a certain topic.
yeah.
Like that. Then again, that would be a weird feeling to experience for the first time. It's just like all
Oh
these
yeah.
people coming. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, talk about this. I'm like, what? You want to hear my
Talk
opinion
about
on that?
Yeah, talk about this. Okay, well,
I
yeah.
guess
But
I'll talk
like,
about it.
so yeah, I know we keep straying off of things, but
Yeah, I was about
the
to
main
swing it back,
focus
but
is,
yeah.
yeah, the main focus is the reason why we haven't truly been doing as much content as we started off with
Mm-hmm.
is because I've just been mentally fried.
It's on me
And
too. It's on me too.
I mean, well,
Cause
yeah, both. I mean, I'm not going to say that it's just me, but I mean, because yes, communication goes both ways. But I know for a fact that you're ready at the willing,
mm,
I'm ready at the willing, and we both just kind of
it's like, see, like, because honestly, like, there's not much to talk about sometimes. So it's just like, so it's just like,
right, yeah.
do
But
we
we can
just
talk about anything, honestly. I mean, we just even if we just sit here and talk about our day, and somebody's just like, "Hey, man, I
right?
relate to that." Like, what people can relate to what we're talking about right now, and the fact that you have people like that have negative thoughts and that have suicide thoughts, and those that have
Mm-hmm.
acted upon it, it's sad because it's hard for somebody to reach out. It really truly is. No matter how many times they say, "Hey, reach out to me if you feel that way." Like
Yeah, it's really hard to actually say,
it's
like you say that, but the action is way harder than
yeah. And I'm like,
how it
you know what?
sounds.
I will. I will. It hurts
Mm-hmm.
to try to push yourself to do that because you don't want to bother somebody, and you don't want them to feel like they're a burden, like you're burdening them with your problems.
Right.
But you're not. If somebody's willing to listen, please take that opportunity. Hell, I'll even open up myself. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
hit me up on Twitter at chaotic one Nick. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you want to talk because your day has just been shit. Like, I'll talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
I've done that before. I've talked to people. Hell, I've reached out to people that were like, there's this one guy on Twitter one time when I was doing those eFed stuff, which I got out that one eFed, by the way.
Yeah.
I was done. it's not my thing. Those
I'm just
stupid things.
I'm just in there. I'm not doing anything
Yeah.
really.
No, I left the chat, so if you leave the chat, it's not gonna matter.
Right.
Besides, they weren't really like, I don't know. It just wasn't me anymore.
Right.
I've gone past that. It was cool at first,
But
but then
this is
all
kind of
the
dumb.
drama, man. Like, wrestling community is pretty toxic.
Yeah, and that's what that's why I'd be sad sometimes because when I was a kid, I wished for something like that, like where we could I could openly talk about wrestling to somebody.
Right, right.
I wasn't
And then when
surrounded.
you do,
Yeah, I wasn't surrounded by folks that like wrestling, so I couldn't
right,
really talk about it much until I met you,
right.
really. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so it's always even now it's just I'm just sitting in a room where I'm just I want to talk about it, but nobody really
yeah.
wants to hear that
It-
mess.
It's kind of gone the opposite for me. I used to be able to talk to people because I had people, and then like growing now we're older.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all the people that used to be fans in the 90s that like all the kids that are our age were just like, yeah, wrestling, and now they're like, oh, wrestling's stupid, it's fake, it's da. So it's like, oh yeah, did you see? Oh, hold up, before you. Did you just ask me about pro wrestling? That fake bullshit? Nah, man.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the number, but they've always posted numbers. It's like an 800 number or an 888 number where you can call for suicide and stuff.
It's a 1-800 number. I have a bot on here that's gonna post the number and the whole stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Nexus, as you know, or Nexus, she
Yeah,
does
yeah.
it as well on her channel. So she
Yeah.
gave me the info, and I have it on here somewhere. It's supposed to come up soon. So
Yeah. That would be cool. But yeah, if if you're feeling sad and just like Daphne, that was shocking. I even
that hit hard there because
Yeah.
I didn't know she was struggling. Well, I mean, I guess that's the point of it.
Well,
It's
no, you never know. Like
Yeah,
Robin Williams. Look at Robin Williams. He was the happiest looking dude you could ever think. Like he had, oh man, it was so great. But those are the ones that are struggling the most.
it's usually
Chester.
the ones that are trying to make you laugh and perform and stuff like that because they need that as like an escape.
Yeah, like Chester Bennington, Chris Cornell, Daphne, Canyon, Robin Williams, and
So
many
many
other,
people.
So many celebrities
then we have
non-celebrities.
Yeah, it happens in everyday life too. So it's definitely a relatable thing, and I just wanted to stop and kind of talk about it a little bit because I was just gonna say, if you like you said, if you're hurting or anything like that, don't be afraid to be a burden. Just reach out and because life is
push yourself to reach out because if you don't,
I know it is. It's hard.
Yeah.
I know to get the motivation to get up and actually ask somebody for help and go get a therapist and do this and this and this. And I'm still working on that myself. So, try to reach out and all that good stuff. R.I.P. to Daphne, and recently, of course, the accidental. I don't know if it's accidental overdose, but Michael K. Williams is an actor who pretty prolific actor. He played Omar in The Wire, and I can't remember the thing right now because it's been several movies, but he's a pretty big actor, and I just feel just don't be afraid. Just do something. Try it. Now again, I know saying it is harder than actually. I mean, easier than doing it.
Yep.
But just know there's somebody out there, somebody in your immediate circle somewhere that will help you.
Of course,
promise.
yes.
Even if it's just one person, that one person will help. So.
Oh yeah, and knowing that somebody has your back like that, it helps.
Mm-hmm.
It does. I know that I can go to you and you can come to me. We've got each other's back. Real well. We are, basically brothers. Even though we're from two different mothers, we're brothers from another mother.
Right.
We got each other.
Right.
So it's man. But Yeah, it's hard to like go through life and just feeling down. Even if you take medicine for it, hey, congratulations, you got some type of
Some type of buffer,
yeah.
but it's still there. Like it
Oh
doesn't
yeah, yeah,
fully
yeah,
go away, but
yeah.
it's like a little buffer. It's like like in my experience anyway with my medicine, it's like a not 100% thing, but it's just like at least pops it down to like 70. You
Yeah,
know.
instead of being like 100%, like for me, I've never acted upon it.
Right.
I've never cut myself. I've never like put anything around my neck and just been like, you know what? No, I've never done anything to like. I've never even popped pills to do it or nothing. I've never like acted. I've had the thoughts, and I've always thought, man, my life. I'm like, granted,
Mm-hmm.
you yourself, when you die, all that pain and anguish and burdens and all the stuff that you're going through goes away,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't truly go away. It kind of jumps to the people that you've impacted the most. Like
Right.
losing a loved one, it sucks because you're impacted by that loss,
Mm-hmm.
and you
And
see
you're
around you like all the different ways that it impacts people. Like when I lost my uncle, it impacted us, like my whole mom's side of the family. It impacted us like so bad,
right.
especially the ones that were he was even closer to, like
Mm-hmm.
myself. I mean, I can talk about it now without like tearing up and stuff like that, but like it
Mm-hmm.
took me 10 to 11 years before I could like talk without having to be like or like even like hold on a second, like let me compose myself to continue talking. Like I can talk normally about it, but it impacted me so bad because he
Mm-hmm.
was somebody that I looked up to, and was every time I went over to my grandma's house, I would hang out with him and the older kids. So I was hanging out with the older kids doing things that most kids my age didn't experience until they got older. But
Right.
um, that's not here nor there.
But even
But
then, they might,
yeah.
and they don't even know it. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
So
yeah,
like, they could have it and had no idea.
yeah, yeah. And but like just the fact that it impacts people, especially for those that have lost their family members to suicide. Like I've lost a couple of friends to suicide.
Mm.
They're way out of the circle from like high school.
Oh wow.
Outside of us, like when I used
Yeah.
to the neighborhood that I lived in and the people that I used to hang out with then.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had a guy that like I had just like maybe a year after I moved out of that neighborhood and blah blah blah. I saw something. And I was just like, oh man, like I saw R.I.P. this person, R.I.P. that person. Like, oh man, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what? Let me go on. Turns out he went during Mother's Day and hung
Oof.
himself under a bridge. And so, yeah, I mean, it was tough. Like I didn't, not that I didn't like him. Like he was in my group, and I actually have like we him and I were the oldest
Mm-hmm.
out of our group. We were at least 18. Um,
Yeah.
but we weren't hanging around with like
Older
super
people.
underage people. It
Yeah.
was just high schoolers. So
Yeah. So like
so
16, 17
yeah, it
type
was like
college
16,
stuff.
17, 18, so it
Mm.
wasn't like we were like, oh, 18-year-olds hang out with 13-year-olds. No, no,
Oh
nothing
yeah.
creepy. Nothing creepy. It was just high schoolers hanging out, but we were the oldest. And like occasionally one time I picked him up and we went and back when I was smoking weed, we went and he got some weed or whatever. And
Mm.
so I was like, oh, okay. So I drove him there and he did his thing, and then came back to the group and blah, blah, blah. But
Mm-hmm.
because I was the only one with the car at that time.
Oh yeah. What was that? A white car? I can't remember right now. It was
No, it was a red.
Oh, that's right. Damn, it was
It was the
a
Dodge.
smaller, like four door car.
Yeah, it was a red Dodge Neon.
Mm.
And
Okay.
but yeah, so like stuff like that. And then I
Mm.
saw this girl that was in our group that I really didn't know and hang out with either, but she also died of suicide as well.
Oof.
And again, I saw the same thing. Like, I remember a story one time with her is my group of friends and I were like, hey, or she was like talking about how she could get she got the hookup. So we were like, all right, cool. So here's $5, here. Each person was like, here, get me a this, get me that, get me this. And they were handing money. She never, she darted off with the money and never came back. And I was just like, I knew I didn't trust her. But yeah, so like I know people that have, passed away from suicide, but it is tough. It is tough, man. So luckily I've only thought about it, but I have the willpower enough to know not to do that and stuff, and like not to, because I have a son, I have so many people to worry about.
Right.
But I don't do that. Even if I really truly want to, I could, but I'm not, because I have too many people that would be impacted in such a way, especially my mom, my son, and those that are heavily around me. You, Matt, Josh, my brothers, like all my brothers, and my family, basically my entire family. Like, I don't have friends, I have family. Right. I don't want to copy the whole Dom. Oh, we don't have we have family. Like, no, I'm that. That's dead and gone. That's dead and gone. Like, no, like legitimately, my circle, my inner circle is more family than they are friends. Like, you guys aren't friends, you guys are family. Like, but yeah, it's, with, like you said, you're gonna have that bot that shows the links and all that stuff, hanging out and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
So if you need to contact that number. If you need to talk to somebody,
please talk to somebody.
my Twitter is chaotic1nick. So if you want to talk,
I'll put that.
My DMs are open.
I'll put that in here somewhere.
Yeah. Go ahead. My DMs are open, man. I don't accept I don't accept dick pics. I don't accept
now they're definitely gonna send you one.
Oh yeah, if I get a dick pic, I'll know that you're reaching out to me and saying, hey, I struggle. So then I'm like, are you struggling with depression? So if somebody sends me a dick pic, I'm gonna say, are you struggling with depression? Do you need to talk? And if they say no, I just thought you were hot and sexy, and I just want you to see my dick. But like, well,
not today.
First, I'm not that I have any issues with the sexuality of others, because I love every single person that is not shitty to me. So if you're shitty to me, I'll probably still be nice, but not like
really nice.
I'm not gonna be buddy and like, hey, this is my right. blah 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 blah, and then they're just like, yo, I'm just using him for his shit, like right. Fuck him. And then I'm just like, yeah, man, oh, you need some money? Here, sure. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be nice to you. But
forget about that now.
Yeah, but anyway, if you send me a dick pic, I'm gonna be like, wow, some people actually thought it was funny to send me a dick pic, which I will laugh. I will literally laugh. I will, and I'll text you, dude. I'll be like, oh, dude, I got a dick pic from somebody.
You probably end up showing them first.
No, I won't show you. I won't show anybody. Like, that's
back in the day, like you would have probably sent me the pic out of nowhere. It's just like like in the morning or in the afternoon, just like not even a hi, just.
I'd post it, and then I'd be like, right after, I'd be like, guess what I just got? But no, like, goodness. I don't know. I mean, yeah. So with the recent passings of those celebrities and all the passings of non-famous people that don't get recognition because of the fact that they're not famous. No, everybody's famous in their own world. Like I'm not famous outside of my little inner circle, but I'm famous because when I walk in the room, my name is Nick. Hey, like people light up and they're just like, Zach, there he is. Oh man, I didn't
Right.
think you were gonna make it. I'm like, yeah, I was off, so I was able to make it to the family function, or like just different things like that, where I know that even if it's not out the outside world, I know I'm famous on the inside.
Right. Like in your area, basically.
Yeah, in
That's all that
my
matters.
world, because technically there's trillions of different worlds out there. Because if you think about it, yes, this is Earth. This is the one planet where all the different worlds come together. Even though there's a lot of negativity out there in the world,
Mm.
like Earth is the main source of our,
Stuff.
our life. But
Yeah.
like you have your own world, I have my own world, and everybody around us has their own world. We
Hmm.
just
We
we
just all
just
live in it.
yeah, we live in it, and we conjugate into it, and we like coagulate and all that
Hmm.
other big words and fancy words that I'm not going to say because I don't know, because I
Right.
just don't understand.
I have a
uh,
few, but I just forget them.
yeah, I forget a lot of words too. Like I'm trying to say the right word and I end up saying something that's like
Right.
way off. I'll just be like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about cooperating, and instead
Right.
of saying cooperating, I say congregating.
Right.
We're just getting together.
Congregation. A
Yeah,
congregation is a group of people. So
yes.
you congregate.
Yes, yeah, congregate together. But no, anyway, so now that
Um,
we got the heavier stuff off, let's and not to make light of it, like
yeah.
I'm not laughing at it or anything. I'm
No,
just,
we just wanted to like get that, like you said, kind of get that out the way. Not out the way,
yeah,
but like address it at least
yeah,
because
address it because
now that we have
again,
some kind of platform, I feel like we should at least say something and not
yeah,
like
because
you know.
again,
Now I
that
didn't.
is,
You,
that is why I wasn't producing any content, or I wasn't shouting you out to like, hey, let's do some content, man. Let's get our channel rolling.
yeah.
Instead, I was just like, man, I don't feel like doing anything today,
Right.
and I don't feel like, I feel like going to my happy place. I go out fishing.
Mm,
Sometimes I go out fishing way too often to the point of like my girl's like, hey, come on now, stop going fishing so much.
right.
And it's
Right.
not like I can
But
be like, you don't understand. Because she does. She takes medicine for her depression too. So, I mean, she's going through things that I can't,
oh, of
relate
course, yeah.
to. So, I
So
mean,
yeah. And like I didn't want to talk about like the dark side of the ring thing because everyone's talking about that. So I want to go ahead and cut that, like not talk about that. But
I mean, I'll say this. It does open a light to what truly happens in that older generations
yeah, I don't know what happens
thing. Because,
now, but
yeah, now is, I mean, from what I've seen and heard from like older wrestlers, like The Undertaker says the boys are soft nowadays,
yeah,
which I mean, hey, he's not lying. Like you had to be tough back then,
yeah, well,
but
tougher anyway.
yeah, you had to be like, I mean, you had to,
There are some folks that were not tough but acted like tough guys and got away with
yeah,
it. Like
yes, but
some of them.
yeah, but
But
anyway,
you're right
so
though.
the,
You're
the
right
the
though. Like
plane from hell was, I've heard many different stories because of the guys that were on that were on the plane. I've heard all the stories from each of their perspectives. I've heard, but this was a
right, a whole
whole
nother
new,
thing.
like a whole nother level,
Like
especially having one of the stewardess that were like what she experienced.
yeah.
Oh, excuse me, sorry
And you
guys.
know, it's all right.
But
But and you know, we probably should have known back then because of what they were saying. Like, that's a
yeah,
whole bunch of chaos. Like
yeah,
Mr. Perfect and Brock slamming into the emergency door or whatever, and
which,
almost like
well, no,
breaking it
not even,
open.
no, it's not even almost. That's exaggerated because if you heard the lady say that it takes a lot
Oh yeah,
of
you're right.
force.
You're right. Yeah,
So,
but
but for all we knew, they hit it, and it was just like, oh shit,
right, and it's
before
like
that.
And I just like yeah, like I think you probably thought this too. It's just like a big party going on, and
Yeah, it
like
was. It was.
this one was just at the expense of everyone else around them, you
Hmm.
know. And
Not only that, but hearing that they had three fully
carts,
stocked
yeah,
carts
and they all got
gone.
gone.
But then again, looking back, that was the era of,
Drink, drink,
them
drink.
just like, I mean, pounding them back like it was nothing. I
Yeah.
can see, like,
Well, also they were confined and everything, so.
well, yeah,
But at the
but I
same
mean,
time,
that,
that's no excuse, though. That's no
no, no,
excuse
no.
for it.
And, but anyway, yeah, just, it opened a light to a lot of different things that
That used
has
to happen.
probably, yeah, that used to happen that still have not gone noticed.
Punished.
Like, they've not been punished. They've gone unnoticed. They've,
Hmm.
like, it's a basically like a rape of society. I
Hmm.
know that's a strong word, but I mean,
It, it still is pretty much.
it
And
basically was.
and it's sad because there's still some today, but it's hidden. And
Mhm.
we recently just found out with all these wrestlers and everything that, and unfortunately, a lot of them are the top were getting pretty hot, and it's just like they were actually really good wrestlers, and then they come out with this bullshit, and it's like, bro, come on now.
Yeah, but again, you can't excuse people for their actions because they are the ones
Hmm.
that are doing it. But
Exactly.
like, um, sorry, I just checking my phone to see
No,
if
you're
it was
good.
something important. But like you said, like Brock
Hmm.
Lesnar didn't get punished
Rick,
technically. Ric Flair definitely
shit,
didn't get punished,
right,
but hey, and who's to say that whoever else that didn't get punished should have been punished? Yes,
right. Like I think they
but
were about to fire Goldust just for singing on the microphone or whatever, but like you gonna sit there and not. And then the fact that I'm sorry to cut off my own sentence, but
no, 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 yeah,
the fact that Vince knew about it and then I mean knew about everything,
oh yeah.
even beyond the plane ride to hell or whatever. When he
I
wants to
mean,
fire somebody, yeah, how are you gonna send somebody else to do your firing? Like I guess since like I guess because the you don't have the time or whatever because you're too busy, whatever. But like
well, he
when
has
you're on
people
a
that he pays to do that now.
yeah,
But I mean, like
well
even then though, like you're the boss and you're,
like
you know,
at least in that plane, like freaking that you gonna go
yeah, he
address
was
your
in the plane.
kids, you know.
Yeah,
It's like, come on now. You know what was going on and you did nothing about it. You just sent JR to do it. And now so
yeah,
JR feels 100% guilty for all that. That wasn't his fault.
no, no,
and
and the fact that yeah, he was on the plane ride and he's just like Jr. Go
and
do something. I'm
I
gonna sit here and
believe,
just
right, sit there and do whatever he wants to do.
yeah.
Not sleep because he doesn't sleep.
Oh yeah, sure. He doesn't sleep. He probably was sleeping. He probably had his earphones on with music and a mask and everything, and like locked the
Hmm.
door after Jr. left, so he couldn't get back in. And just, oh yeah, this is the life.
Right, right.
But
But
no, I mean,
just to think about what really went down. And all these years, we thought it was just jovial and chill, and it was just a good time for everybody.
yeah,
And
and like,
and
it's kind
but
of the opposite. But
yeah, and now all we can do now is just move forward and hope that we can make it to where that isn't tolerated, where no
oh,
matter
it's already done now. I mean, like
well,
if
even
you
more
notice,
like it's
yeah, yeah,
barely
yeah,
happening. Like you saw on the internet. There was some backlash on Rick, but most of it, and I mean, you didn't see nothing on Brock,
yeah, yeah,
and but Tommy got all of it. Now he did say something stupid,
yeah.
but
He did, but
but I don't think he should have got the whole brunt of it. Like
yeah,
he was getting a lot more heat on it
and
than the other
and
two were.
RVD, like even RVD was saying, yeah, guys would H bomb girls and have their way with them, and like
But
he didn't get punished.
yeah. Well, I mean, at
I
least
mean, he
he was
can't.
honest because he didn't
Oh
do
yeah,
it. Like he didn't do it
yeah.
though, as
It
far as I
doesn't
know
matter.
now.
Even yeah, it doesn't matter whether he did it or not. I mean, even if he did, that's shame, but like the fact that he was open about like, yeah, if y'all came, if any girls came to the back and tried to party with the boys,
They weren't safe.
You probably got drugged and you probably got raped.
Right, and it's just so pain. I mean, I don't know if it should be this painful, but it's just like all these big dudes, or just like not big dudes, but like big names that we like respected for so long, and
like Brock Lesnar doing what he did, and like especially just exposing himself to a female just because he can. And didn't she like make fun of his dick though?
I don't know, but that's hilarious if she did.
Yeah,
I hope she did.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was a while back. I saw it on TikTok. I saw like the whole thing on TikTok. That's how I saw it.
Oh,
I didn't actually.
I only saw it on the Dark Side of the Ring thing.
Oh no, I didn't. Like I basically I flipped through TikTok and all of a sudden it comes up the Dark Side of the Ring Part 1 or whatever number, and I was like, oh shit, cool. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start from the beginning. So I watched all the different parts. Because they would cut out the commercials, so it was easier. And so I got to watch it that way without all the commercials and all that stuff. It was straight up just pop, 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 pop. Part 1 ended at this and then started up at, so I got to see all of it, technically.
That's good, at least.
So that's why I can be like, oh, yeah. I can keep up with the conversation. Otherwise, I'd be like, no, what happened?
Well, luckily, I was going to tell you a couple of days ago when I asked you, it's on YouTube now. So if you didn't watch it, so I was going to send it to you on YouTube. But
yeah, there's everything like YouTube. Like social media, you can find everything on social media. Hell, man. Like, it's kind of sad that you can, like, there's so much stuff you can get away with social medias. Like, man, when I first downloaded TikTok and I had no idea how to use it, I still kind of don't know how to use it, but like when I first started and I was scrolling through, there was like the first couple of things that I would see was like very inappropriate things with children, and I'm just like, how and why is this going on? And then, like, after
they finally took care of that.
They once they took care of more of the like I would see murders, I would see sexual content. I mean, I'd see everything, man. And I'm just like, what the hell? I just got on, and the first like few swipes, I'm seeing death. What the hell? Like, I just watched this girl get her head like blasted out, or things like that. And I just watched these. I just flipped through, and all of a sudden, this kid is doing something sexual to this other kid, and I'm just like, So I blocked them. I deleted that, not the app, but I blocked them from it, so I wouldn't see it again.
Right.
But then because it's easy to share, all you got, I was just like, I thought I blocked like a few weeks later, I saw the same video I saw like the very beginning. I was like, how the hell? Don't block.
Right.
Like, no, I don't know how many I've blocked, but I've blocked so many different things just because I don't want to, like, if my son ever gets a hold of my phone and he accidentally clicks on TikTok and the first thing he opens is some dude or some girl or some death, and he's just watching it, like, or he like looks over my shoulder and the first thing he sees is
a booty.
Yeah, some whether it's a penis, sex, whatever. Like, I'm just like, oh shit.
Right.
Like, that's not. But luckily, everything is cooled off now. My main, like, I realized after like the first couple of times that it's because what you watch affects what you watch in the future. So I like, okay, well, I'm gonna, like, I watched wrestling stuff, so a lot of stuff on my feed is wrestling, fishing, and just random funny stuff.
Right.
So it's like, it's calmed down, like, since the very beginning of when I first got it. So
I've tried to reach out, but start like following and all that kind of stuff, more anime folks and all that other stuff that I like. Yeah. So it's not just wrestling.
Right.
It's like not that wrestling's bad, but you don't want that to be your only thing on Twitter. It's just wrestling.
Yeah,
wrestling.
Yeah, Twitter, Twitch, everything. Just nothing but wrestling. If you like other things, Don't just stockpile on one thing you like. Like, venture out for everything. And if somebody in your inner circle Like for me, I love anime, but I don't really know very much of it because like I never really got too much into it. Honestly, like I didn't know. Like I knew Dragon Ball Z, and
Mm-hmm.
but see, for me when I was a kid, cartoons were cartoons. Yes, anime is totally different from a cartoon,
Yeah,
but
but it's a cartoon.
it's still a cartoon.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, this cartoon's cool, or oh, this cartoon's cool. That's an anime, and I'm like, what? Oh, okay, whatever. It's a cartoon, but no, it's an anime. Like I get it. Okay, all right, it's an anime. My bad. But like, I just never really truly like Naruto and stuff. I never truly understood it. I watched a little bit of it for like more recently than anything, and now it's just like, okay, I understand why these people were so into it. Like, I mean, I'm talking about, yeah, like I'm talking about, like they'll go out and buy the headbands and wear the headbands everywhere and just like run.
I wish I could have had one of them. I wanted one of them headbands, but I never got them.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. Like I bought the Dragon Ball Z Goku's gi, so like the whole setup, I've got that. So if I wanted to be like Goku and dress up like him, I could. Right. I just don't have the shoes. Like I don't have the shoes that he wears, but doesn't matter. I don't need to have the shoes. Granted, if I wanted to do a cosplay of him, I would have to get the shoes and the hair because I don't have any.
Right.
But that's not the point.
Right.
The point is I've bought plenty of merch and stuff from things, but I've never got into something so much except for wrestling. That's the only thing, and the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles, but like not enough to where it's like wrestling. Like I bought toys for wrestling. I bought, when I was a kid, I buy shirts. I buy a lot of different things. But like I don't know. For me, I don't know.
It's just one of them things.
Yeah, but anyway,
well, let's see.
I know for I know for wrestling, like, man, there's been so much going on that we really haven't discussed together. Even off camera, we haven't really discussed so much. Like,
right, I was trying to keep it. I was trying to keep it for like this, but it's just so much to talk about. It's just so much going on. It's just whew. It's hard to keep track of everything.
Yeah, like, I mean, to be honest, I don't really watch WWE that much. So not that I don't like the WWE. I mean, it's there, but it's, we've had this discussion on previous. Like, it's not that I don't like WWE. It's just that the way they book things and the way they do things is just, it hasn't grabbed my attention in a while.
Right.
AEW, even though it's fresh and new for X amount of time, it's still that fresh and new thing. But no, like I've watched other wrestling promotions like New Japan. I've watched Ring of Honor a little bit, not very much, but a little bit. I've seen stuff on, the YouTube and all the different YouTube. I was about
to say something. You say the YouTube.
I was okay. So what happened was I was processing. I've seen these on the internet or like on YouTube.
You about to say the internet?
Yeah, I processed. That's my ADHD brain, guys. Like I processed. I was gonna say something else with D, and then I just completely passed over it and just said YouTube. So I said the YouTube. I went to the YouTube. I sound like an old person. Oh, I went to the YouTube and I watched the videos of the things on the YouTube.
Yeah, I went to the YouTube you told me about, and I saw the guys. I saw the two guys that are sitting at the table talking. That one.
On the YouTube, you remember on the YouTube.
Like, yes, Grandpa, I remember YouTube.
Back then, the tube was called the TV. The TV was called the tube, not YouTube.
Now you would watch the tube.
And if you owned it, if you owned it, it would be YouTube. It'd be your tube.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my leap.
Yeah, but no. Anyway, no. Like I've seen stuff on YouTube. I've seen stuff on the wrestling pages. That's what it was. The wrestling forums. I've watched the YouTube and the different things to like keep up with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't fully sat down and watched WWE in so long. Well, I don't even like. I know who's champ. I know who's this. I know who's that. But like,
the basics, basically.
Yeah, outside of when we went to the Royal Rumble, I haven't fully sat down and watched WWE.
Mm. Well, like you say, you're mostly busy on Mondays, so
yeah,
you don't really get to. And when you come back, you don't feel like flicking on Raw because like you're just tired and you don't really care.
Yeah, it's depending on what time I work on Mondays. Like most of the time, if I get off at like 3 o'clock, like or closing, just my schedule is kind of weird because of the retail, working retail.
Yeah,
so it's like it just kind of varies. Oh shit! Hold on, real quick.
Oh no, bro.
Oh, sorry guys.
Good.
She just let me know she was on her way home. Cool. But anyway, so it's not like I'm I'm not hiding under a rock. Basically, I know what's going on and I know the different things. I just don't know. The only thing I really don't know is what feuds there are, other than the main feuds because of the title, and then like anything that's not the main title that gets talked about the most.
Right.
Everything else, I'm kind of, okay, yeah.
Right.
Or whatever I read on the internet and stuff.
Right. So far, like you said, it's not much to pull like yourself and folks in to actually want to watch Raw. Recently there was, because Big E just won the title, so he just got over there, and he was doing stuff with Roman and Bobby, so that was pretty cool. Now, as you already know, like they'll have like a good hot 2 or 3 weeks and then go back into the same stuff. So a lot of it to me is very repetitive. It's like not that much different.
And it's just a constant just a constant flow of monotone stuff that's so predictable. Like,
that's the thing. Like I clean the kitchen during Raw because I know what's going to happen.
Right. You just be like, oh, here comes this person versus this person. That person's gonna win. All right. So
I'm gonna go take care of this. And now I'm sure it's going to be a fine match, but I mean, you want to like have your belief suspense. Like you want to feel like which one of these guys can win. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Like with AEW, man, I've been like on the edge of my seat, going, okay, who's gonna win? Like I can tell. And sometimes it's still predictable because of not just, I mean, like, I know I'm not smart to the business, but I can still pick up on those little subtle hints of who's really going to, and who's going to win and stuff like that. So I'll be sitting there, and once I see those subtle hints of, okay, like the typical heel gets so much offense, and then here comes the face, and then it's like, okay, well, the face got so much momentum after they came back that now it's the heel to finish the job and win by some dirty tactic. Okay.
Yeah. And it's like, for me, like let me see. I'm trying to remember instance. What was it? It was like I kind of get it, but it was Miro versus like Dante Martin, and like Miro versus Fuego del Sol. I love those. Like,
obvious.
Like I'm very happy for those guys for getting that opportunity. And then they showed out 100%. But like there was no, oh, they're gonna win for. They might actually get this. Oh shit! Like,
Yeah, yeah.
granted, if they did, I don't think it would hurt Rusev. Well, I'm sorry, Miro. It wouldn't hurt Miro because like it's Miro and he can back up, like.
Oh
Get
yeah,
back
yeah,
on
yeah.
that
Like,
shit.
yeah. Because like watching Fuego versus Miro the first time, um, gave me that little hope of like, oh, okay, he did a great job, even though he got, he took that loss really like well. Like he made it look like it was a devastating loss.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The
Like
first
really,
time. The first time. The
Yeah.
second time, that was just like it was the same
it was
same outcome, but
Yeah.
he like the way that they gave him a push to showcase the fact that they're giving somebody else that's not, a John Moxley or a Eddie Kingston. Yeah, Eddie Kingston had a chance at the pay-per-view and lost, but they're giving people that
TV time.
yeah, they're giving people that are like basically like Fuego. No offense to Fuego, but he looks like a jobber.
Yeah, and that's the thing is
Straight
a lot of unfortunately, AEW isn't really a body type of company.
Right.
So unfortunately, some of the wrestlers that come out will sometimes look like jobbers, unfortunately,
Yeah,
or get the
yeah.
vibe of being a jobber.
Yeah.
So, and especially if people don't watch Elevation or AEW Dark, because that's where a lot of these lower wrestlers like Red Velvet, Orange Cassidy will pop up there sometimes for a special thing, but it's just like
Yeah, but see, Orange Cassidy has a following though,
huge following, and it's just like
the way he wrestles is why he is elevated the way he's elevated. But like you said, anybody on Dark or Elevation or any of those like 2.0, whenever they were
they've gotten a lot of TV time.
Yeah, they've gotten a few. They weren't, and again, they look like jobbers.
Yeah,
they look like
they were
run-of-the-mill.
jobbers basically.
They look like your run-of-the-mill jobbers that you basically, oh well, they're gonna lose, and then when they do win, it's like, wait, what?
Right.
Hold on.
I don't even think they ever. Now I'm probably wrong because I never watch 205 Live much, but I believe they probably got a couple wins on there, but. For the most part, they were on the.
They were just. I shouldn't say jobbers. I really shouldn't say jobbers. They're more of enhancement talent.
We should. Like I was thinking that as we were talking about it, we really should kind of change that verbiage.
Yeah, because it's more of enhancement talent.
Yeah, it's kind of disrespectful to call them jobbers.
Yeah. But, so they're more for enhancement talent.
Yeah.
And because I mean, we are jobbers. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, for sure.
We would definitely be jobbers.
Straight up.
If we even got any momentum, if we were ever to I mean, I'm serious. We're going to one day. We're going to get trained one day. I mean, it's my life goal to get trained.
When we're 60 years old.
It doesn't matter how old we are. If I gotta take my first bump at 60, fine. I'll take my first bump at 60. Just to say that I finally did something that I wanted to do. And just be like, I'm 60 years old and I just took my first bump. It hurts, but I love it. I did it. I love it. I'm gonna go lie down and
slowly bleed out.
I'm just gonna lay down for a minute and just kind of. That's better.
Right. And on AEW, they are really good at building their feuds most of the time. There are some that kind of fail, but that's with everything. But
but
for the most
fact
part,
that they build more feuds than WWE, it's because WWE just throws people in. And it's like, all right, you're gonna like Jeff Hardy in the 24/7 title. Like, what is that? Or he was chasing it that one time. Now he's thrown into the U.S. title.
And he's kind of been in that kind of picture for a little while. And
but it's still they don't. Yeah. They use him for. Honestly, they use him as an enhancement.
But he actually, I don't know if you remember, about whenever he came back, basically with his music.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
got
yeah.
that win over Killer Cross, and
Yeah, that
so
was horrible because they just took a like they could have give Killer Cross somebody else
mm, they
if they
really
were
could
going to do
have.
it like that. Because to debut your music to somebody that's got so much momentum in NXT for the NXT champion to
Mm,
lose on Raw, that just shows you exactly what Vince thinks about
NXT.
his NXT talent and the talent that he has, and that's why they've changed it to NXT 2.0 is because it's now no longer the Ring of Honor guys, and it's no longer, well, I mean, there's still some there, but
Yeah.
not like they do the people from the Performance Center.
Mm,
They do all these unknown people that haven't been, whatever
doing
now, which is
stuff.
great. It's great because it
Mm,
gets to be able to build newer superstars from the ground up. But
right.
you're still
However,
treating you're still treating your talent like shit.
right, the ones that
And
got you there, basically.
yeah, yeah.
And so you're gonna like disrespect all that talent that got this
Mhm.
brand to that
Mhm.
point with just a bunch of newbies. Now I
Yeah.
will say they do have some indie folks still in there. They have
Well,
Joe Gacy. I saw Josh Briggs there. I believe he was involved for a while. Um,
yeah, but they have, even though
Several
they're the
more.
indies, they're not like the well-known Ring of
Mm,
Honor guy. Like, but it's not like an Adam Cole, a Samoa Joe,
yeah.
Eli Drake as LA Knight. He's still in there. I saw him
Mm.
on a video on Facebook.
Yeah, he's kicking. He's killing it right now. He's killing it
Yeah,
right now.
it's just like stuff like that where it's like these guys have already made a name for themselves outside the WWE. Vince
Mm.
doesn't like that, so when they come in, it's NXT. When they come into NXT, it's great. When they go out of NXT, it's like, oh fuck you,
Yeah, it's just used as like fodder for the ones he likes.
mm-hmm.
And but I mean, NXT as a whole is a more enjoyable experience. Even SmackDown itself is a lot better these days compared to Raw.
Yeah, yeah. Like
So
I
yeah.
did see SmackDown, not all of it. I saw
Mm.
maybe like the last 15, 20 minutes of one. I think it was last week or the week before. I don't remember. I was
Mm.
cooking dinner and um, I had turned it on just because I was waiting for Rampage.
Mm.
So, well, technically, I didn't turn it on.
Mm.
My stepdad turned it on,
Mm.
and he was like, "Hey, SmackDown's on." I was like, "Oh, okay. I haven't watched that in forever." It was like, "Oh, okay." And he left it on, and I was watching it cooking, and like every now and then I'll peep out. And then once that Rampage came on, I was like, "Oh man, I'm actually waiting for AEW." And then
Yeah.
it was over. SmackDown ended, and I was like, "Oh man, AEW! What channel is that?" Like he was a wrestling fan too. Like when I first met him, he brought me an Xbox figure. It was pretty dope. He's like, "Hey, nice to meet you. I got you a present. It's Xbox." I was like, "Wow!" So
Right.
he used to be a fan of wrestling, and so that was pretty cool. But
Right.
anyway.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, I haven't watched like WWE in a while.
Right.
I've seen the whole results, and I've seen the people on YouTube talking about it, like What Culture or
Yeah.
the Simon's Ups and Downs, and
Yeah.
different things like that. But I haven't really watched WWE in forever, and like I
Right.
said, it's not because I'm not a fan. It's just it's consistent
Right.
of the same thing. Like you build these feuds up that aren't even like you don't even care about anything but the main title. And it's the Roman Reigns main title. It's not even the WWE title. It's the Universal
Right.
title.
Universal title, bro. Like, bruh. The WWE title used to be everything.
Yeah, yeah. And now
And
it's the
I
Universal
guess I
title.
get it. I get it because we're just getting used to it, and it just came out. About what 5, 6 years ago. So it's still fairly brand new. However, I will say, same thing for the AEW title. It's only about a year or so old, but there's such prestige behind it
Oh
because
yeah.
like even NWA and Impact and all these other companies are like revering the AEW title. Like that's an important title. We need to go after that. So like
like you've got and the champions too. It's only what 3 or
three.
Yeah. It's Jericho, Moxley, and Kenny.
The 3 champions. Yeah. There's only been 3 champions. Yeah, and then same with the TNT champions. There's only been 3.
Yeah, it's Cody Rhodes.
Oh, 4. I'm sorry, 4. Cody, Brody, Darby, and Miro. So 4.
Yeah, but they make it like with Miro, man. He's elevated that title not more than
Darby and whatnot, but
I mean they could have Brody could have elevated it a lot more, but because he passed, it is what it is. But
right on to this point, we won't put that on Miro, but we all know what Brody could have done. Oh my God, it is mind blowing what he could have done. Period. Like him.
Mm-hmm. I think he would have been a 2-time
world champion, basically. He would
have already been AEW champ.
Right. It's just
they were building him up. I bet they were building him up for that,
right. And then things happened.
Yeah. But
Miro, he's had that stranglehold on that title.
Ever since winning it from Darby, he's been elevating it. Like people want that title,
and they want to see somebody kind of go after him and try to take that title from him. So far, there hasn't really been a big threat yet.
Well, that's because he hasn't been truly able to have a feud. I mean, he's had the Fuego feud, and now he's got the Sammy. But
so that's gonna be fun. That's another thing. It's gonna be pretty fun. Sammy versus.
Because if Sammy wins, that's going to also not only elevate Sammy, but it's still going to elevate that title because everybody wants a piece of that title.
Mm-hmm. And I do like how I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No. I was just that's all I said.
The way the AEW, I like how they do the time limit draws instead of a DQ or a count out. That way, recently, yesterday, I'm pretty sure you've seen it. It was the 15-minute match, and what it was for me, I'll forget there's a time limit because in WWE they don't mention it really, and I think they do, but they don't count down the minutes throughout the match, so you don't really think about it. But in AEW, they freaking say, "Oh, there's 5 more minutes left in this match." Then whenever they said 48 seconds left in the match, I'm just like, "Oh shit, this gonna be a draw, bro." And it opened the show.
Well, see, and not that I didn't like that they opened the show, but that match,
that was crazy.
That match should have been a little later, in my opinion.
So. And at least in the middle of the show.
If it wasn't the main event, sure. Because, they gave the main event to the girls, which was great.
Yeah. It was great. That's a big championship anyway, so absolutely.
Yeah. Again, it's not just a piece of furniture. It's not a piece of furniture that it's an actual title.
Right. Now, I will say it didn't really feel that special until recently whenever Britt Baker got it. I don't know if that's just me, but I think it's just because how they handled it, because I don't know if it's just because Riho couldn't come out too much because she was over in Japan a lot of times, and
I think that's what killed its momentum was Riho. And then if it wasn't for Riho's inability due to COVID, we could have had so much more. It would have rose a lot better. But now that like you said,
I feel if Nyla held it longer, it would have been more the way she should have held it longer to be able to kind of elevate it, because she is a very good a good person in the division, so I feel she should have anyway. Now I see that they haven't, so now her momentum in general is gone. But
I haven't heard Nyla in forever. I haven't seen. I know she's probably on Elevation and Dark and blah 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 or whatever.
She with Vicky and all that mess. So,
but it's one of those things. She was champ.
Mm-hmm. And I don't even think it was so long.
Now it's just okay.
Yeah.
Sweep you under the rug.
Right.
which is kind of sad, but at the same time, like, it's wrestlers that know what wrestling fans want.
Mm-hmm.
That's what AEW is. It's
Mm-hmm.
wrestlers doing what doing what the wrestling fans, not doing what the wrestling fans want, but listening and
Mm-hmm.
like following the fan base and putting these matches together that they are
Mm-hmm.
all like hell, because of my passion for wrestling has gotten my girlfriend's passion for wrestling back. Like
Oh, really?
she loves, like, she's like, I love Ruby. Like one
Oh,
time,
yeah.
like last week, I was working until close, and
Uh-huh.
so I didn't get to watch Rampage. Oh, I did, but I watched what I could on my
Mm-hmm.
phone on the way home. And she's like, Ruby came out and cut her promo, and she's just like, "Oh my god, I love Ruby. She's so awesome." Like, yeah,
Yeah.
and she's like,
She backed that ass.
she has so many, like, she has her. She loves I forgot who else she loves. Crap. Give me a moment. It'll come to me. Uh, like she just has like her, because she used to watch it whenever she was younger too, and
Mm.
blah blah blah. Like, I think she watched it like during the
Ruthless aggression.
yeah. It was definitely the Ruthless Aggression. It was more of like when SmackDown was her favorite, so it had like guys like Ray, Eddie, Kurt, and all that
Those were the
stuff.
good days,
She yeah,
bro.
she watched the good days of
Yeah.
wrestling, so it was kind of like, okay, I can work with that,
Yeah.
and then and
So you can
now
work with that.
yeah, like, well, because like I can talk with her about those times,
Yeah, yeah, at least.
like. Yeah, so I can be like, okay, I can work with that. I know those days.
Right.
But like, ever since I started watching it more and more, she's just like, oh man, she's got 2 alarms set, for one for Wednesday, like 30 minutes before Dynamite comes on, and then Friday's Rampage. She has 2, just so that way she knows we won't miss it, because
Right.
she has an alarm set. That's how, like, more like much like her passion is for wrestling again. Like, she likes sorry, not Aleister Black anymore. She likes Malachi. Yeah, she likes Malachi, dude, and that's
Oh, of
dope
course.
because
Yeah.
like,
He's I can't even explain like how awesome like Malachi is whenever
yeah,
it comes to like
when he did that backflip, she was just like, oh.
yeah, it's legit.
I was like, yep.
Like
And then
like my father-in-law used to love him. Like whenever
yeah.
he's in NXT and he was like like didn't speak a word, but he would like assassinate folks. Like he would throw that kick like a slicing knife.
Yeah,
cut,
it just
cut people's heads off.
man, yeah, like stuff like that. Like, it's cool to like be able to watch wrestling, and then like my girl joins in and just like,
Right.
oh man,
Right. With
kinda
my
like the
wife, she don't really do that too much. She used to she used to watch during like the CM Punk reign, so
Yeah.
she was really kind of heavily there.
oh yeah,
And then-
my girl loves CM Punk too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And the Edge stuff too, of course. Like back
Yeah.
whenever Edge was the rated R superstar.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it was from around there, and then she trickled off for a little while, and like everybody will probably do at some point. And,
Yeah.
And then she got into Kenny Omega mostly because he's also a gamer, and she's a gamer now. So it's just like it wasn't just because of the wrestling. It's just like, oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
cool because he likes the games and
Yeah.
he wrestles too. So and
Yeah.
also like she went down there with her friend to CEO.
Mhm.
She went down there, which is it was a gaming convention mixed with with wrestling, thanks to Kenny Omega. So
Yeah.
with him, well, I hate to sidetrack, but him and Xavier have really been integral in like trying to get gaming and wrestling together.
Yes,
So-
yes, that is true. And I'm like, not to like, I hope that once the New Day's contract is up, whether it's just Xavier's contract only or whatever, I know for a fact they're gonna go to AEW.
You think so?
Oh, I know for a fact. because you got the elite, and not just the whole elite. I'm talking about the main elite. You've got Kenny and the Young Bucks versus the New Day. Yeah. The actual showdown that people have wanted since the beginning of them throwing out those.
Now I won't count this because it was a video game thing, but all three of them came in and they all played Street Fighter, I think it was.
Yes, it was Street Fighter, but
and it was fun, but it wasn't like what it was supposed to be.
No. I want the legit match between them. not just oh yeah, there's gonna be a match, but it's against Street Fighter.
It's like. The fact,
because that's just two gamers playing. Yeah, that wasn't the New Day. That was Austin
versus Kenny, and the Bucks.
Kenny's name is like Tyson.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tyson.
But it wasn't Xavier Woods versus Kenny Omega. It was Austin versus Tyson.
Yeah. And Kofi's a gamer too, but I mean, like Big E isn't really like a gamer like that, and the Bucks were just there for Kenny.
Well, I mean that's the same with Kofi and Big E. But
Kofi's a gamer too. He likes he likes all the Tekken and mostly fighting games from what I've seen. But but the only reason why they were there is for the gaming stuff
because of the fact that it was two different. It was. Well, at the time, New Japan versus
AEW. WWE. And it wasn't a conflict. I guess it was just like video games. So WWE's like, oh, we won't worry about that. But if it was a wrestling,
it drew. It
sure did. It did.
But
the reaction.
It didn't draw. It didn't draw wrestling. It drew video games.
Yeah.
Although the wrestlers that love video games were like, "Fuck yeah,
that was me. That was me."
That was me too. When I saw them like get together and like actually like
interact.
Get to do I was just like, oh, the wrestler in me was just like, come on, wrestle. But the gamer part was just like, okay, all right. This is gonna be good because I haven't seen them play, but I've seen them do their thing, and I'm like, okay, yeah. But anyway,
they've been trying to get the gaming and wrestling together, and I feel like they're going in a good direction.
Oh yeah.
They don't do it in a very pandering way.
No.
And it's just like they don't even mention like, hey, gamers, come over here. Like, well, it's better. It's like it's fun over here too, and like all that kind of stuff. So it's just like
they just do their thing, and whatever happens with the gaming world. But like being like, see, the Forbidden Door. Like, I want to kind of get back to the wrestling topic of the Forbidden Door.
Back, but I forgot.
No, I know. But no, you didn't forget anything. I'm gonna swing it back. That Forbidden Door, yes, it hasn't been kicked open. It's
cracked.
It's been jarred open a little bit. So it's still only cracked because the real true Forbidden Door would be if WWE actually opened their doors they just need to do even if it's a once in a lifetime opportunity where they pick their biggest star from WWE versus the biggest star from any of like all the different promotions like Ring of Honor, New Japan, TNA, NWA, AEW, WWE, like all 6 of those. I think there's more, right?
There's more. There's a lot. MLW.
No, I'm talking about like the main. Like
they're getting up there. They've got a TV deal coming up.
So does ROW.
Reality Wrestling.
Yeah, Reality of Wrestling just got a TV thing.
CW or something like that.
Yeah, they just debuted. I think the last week on the 19th.
Yeah, I've been needing to get onto that one.
I haven't either. But anyway, like I mean, I'm not talking about like the ones that have TV deals because
Yeah,
then you could include. I'm talking about the main ones like
like,
Impact, New Japan, Ring of Honor, NWA,
mm,
AEW, and WWE. And then
that's about it, I think. Oh well, you could count AAA down there in
yeah,
Mexico.
AAA, yeah, AAA, CMLL.
I was just about to say that too. Yeah, CMLL.
Those eight,
Yeah,
or hell, even if there's another Spanish one down in Mexico, I don't know. But
yeah.
just those eight, if they took their their best, and
Mm,
I'm talking about their best, not just oh well Roman Reigns is the champ, but he's not the
mm.
best. He is. I'm not gonna lie, he's not the best. He's
Oh, of
great,
course.
he's
Yeah,
great,
yeah.
but he's not the best. I've seen better talent in WWE,
Oh, of
but
course.
that's beside the point.
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
saying if these eight came together in one, even if it was once in a lifetime, just one thing.
Mm,
Granted, everybody will want their champion to win,
and that would be the issue there.
but if they did a fans vote or some type of something that's unbiased,
Mm-hmm.
if they could find a way to make something unbiased
Mm,
to where they can find out who the champ, who would win, I think that would be awesome.
yeah.
Just plain out, just hands down, great.
Right. That's worlds collide.
Yes, yes,
That's
that
worlds
is
collide.
yes, and they need to do that.
They
I
do.
think
They really do. And
because
really,
if
to
they
me,
want to
it
kick
doesn't
open
matter
the
who
forbidden
wins.
door, yeah, it doesn't because the fans win.
Yeah, exactly.
But if
Like,
they want to kick open that forbidden door that they keep mentioning on AEW or hinting at, like, oh, your forbidden door is open.
yeah.
Yeah, we kicked open the door, so now we're working with New Japan. If they've, like, or we're working with New Japan, we're working with Ring of Honor, we're working with these guys. What are you doing? We're on our own league. Y'all are
Right,
nothing.
right.
Like, if they open the forbidden door to, like, do some
Big stuff
like what they do in Saudi Arabia, where they had the WWE, they had the dude pick out all his favorite wrestlers to wrestle. I get that, but if they could just, they could just do some type of, like, get their, the tag team, like, just dream matches. If they could just set up a card with nothing but dream matches, and yes, it's gonna be, there's 8, so 16. There's going to be 16 people in one ring because of tag teams. Or no, I'm saying 2. Yeah, 16. But I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it would be really cool to be like like I said, like a Worlds Collide tournament or something, and like you said, most likely every single one of them will want to have their champion look fine, look good or whatever. So,
yeah.
But that's beside that point. It's just like thinking about the possibility of it happening because of all these new possible matches with Daniel Bryan and Adam Cole in there, and just Ruby Riott and all these other folks that come in, and everybody's looking good. And
if I could, like, if I could see guys like AJ head over to back where he was even better.
Oh, man.
Like, granted, he's older now, so he's probably not as what he once was.
Used to be.
Yeah, but still, like it.
So he's still amazing. Yeah. But like.
Oh yeah. But he's not what he used to be. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah. But anyway, also, I think he wrestles differently too because, like you say, he's older, so he has to protect himself more.
Yeah. Well, it's also WWE, so he doesn't have to. He basically not. I wouldn't say sold out, but he kind of works smarter now.
That's what
he doesn't. It's more of a smarter, not sold out, but he basically he chose the better way for
the body, basically.
Yeah. He chose a better company to kind of just
chill.
Yeah.
And he's earned it. He's earned it.
Yeah.
He's definitely future Hall of Famer and whatnot because
Oh yeah,
he's
yeah.
just great. But anyway, back to what were we talking about again? It
Just
was
many
the
different
forbidden
things.
door, basically.
Yeah, but no, it like with AEW, man, guys and girls, like they have a great roster, and they actually showcase that great roster. It's not just oh, it's the Roman Reigns show. It's everybody's show.
Right.
Like from the very first match, like they have feuds, man. They have feuds. They
Yeah.
do so many good feuds. They set up feuds.
Right.
They don't just go, okay, well, here, let's throw Shinsuke into Baron Corbin to fight for that crown. To see, because Shinsuke calls himself the king of strong style, and Baron Corbin won the king of the ring. So now King Shasta is King Shinsuke is now the king. But it's just like that.
I would have rather him won that in the King of the Ring tournament.
Oh yeah,
like that's another thing.
He already calls himself the king of strong style. Why not make him a legitimate king? Like, oh, he can officially say he is the king of the ring. He is the king of strong style.
Right. Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is. Like I said, WWE makes some bad calls, man. They only focus on their money makers and not their talent.
Right.
They don't focus on the talent. They focus on the money.
Right.
And
even in NXT, whenever Triple H was running it, their feuds were 10 times better. I mean, like,
oh yeah,
storyline wise, and just like
they actually had
everything
feuds.
was good. And like now, even on AEW just last night, they had freaking Brian Pillman and MJF, and they built that. And they built that in what, 2 weeks?
Yep. They built it off in 2 weeks. What's up? Hello. What you doing?
Hola.
What you doing? Yeah. Talk about how you like CM Punk.
Yeah, because he's the fucking best.
not now, but it was. He was.
No, we were. Hey, you forgot to shut the door.
There's nobody here.
But still. Whatever. Thank you. Anyway. But yeah, you got, and like you said, Brian Pillman Jr. They built that feud within the span of 2 weeks. They only did 2 weeks of, hey, MJF, what is MJF going to do now that he's lost to Chris Jericho? Boom, Brian Pillman Jr. Right. For whatever reason, they I don't know why they set it up that way, but hey, it doesn't matter. They set it up. They set up an actual story, and they got us to believe,
Brian was had a challenge. Like it was good. Like I knew that Brian Pillman wasn't going to win. However, the exposure he got from that, I mean, even in losing, he won, as that saying goes. Like
granted, but granted, MJF did take some personal shots that were okay. They, it's comes down to consent. It's okay as long as they do it with consent. Because I believe that, if they were going to mention his father or, him getting into the face of his sister. His pregnant sister, which she went and had the baby, that same night or whatever, which, it is what it is. I don't know if that was caused by that or just, she was ready to burst anyway.
Right,
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But the fact that, it happened after they had that, after MJF got in her face and was saying all that stuff.
Right.
He became Uncle Brian. But they built it. They built it up good to where
they really did.
Hey, all right. I could get behind Brian Pillman Jr. and the way that they actually let him. Even if it wasn't, if they do script their promos. That's cool.
I think it's loosely. I think if they do, they do it loosely.
Yeah, it's probably like an ad lib.
Yeah, where he just throw this in there for me, or stuff like that. Make sure to say this about that, and other than that, do your thing.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Because the way that they do their promos, there's more passion and there's more believability in those versus. Here's your script. Read it. You better learn it within an hour.
Right, and then they may change it last second on you.
And then all of a sudden it's like, that's where all those botches come from.
Right? I feel like I enjoy Baron Corbin whenever he's actually doing his own speaking. Like
Yes,
whenever he was on Talking Smack a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
he was it was Daniel Bryan and Renee Young, and
Mm-hmm.
he was talking about what have y'all done for me lately, and then he was just like going off. I'm just like, that's what Baron freaking needs,
Yeah.
not these damn long ass diatribes, freaking.
Yeah, like just I'm gonna be the king. I'm the king of the ring. I'm the best. Oh no! Like when he does those, like he lost his money and all that stuff, and he
that was
became
that was
sad.
funny.
That was
funny,
good.
but-
Like they, I don't think those are scripted as much.
Oh,
I think that
no.
was more of a improvised,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and but I believe that AEW has more improv in their promos than obviously WWE.
Right.
And just watching like stuff like that happen, or like they get to say those cuss words because hey, I mean they're rated PG-14 or whatever,
Yeah.
and they could be like, "You're a bitch face,"
You're right.
or you're.
And it
Like-
surprised me to see or hear Daniel say shit. He's like, you
Oh,
piece
yeah.
of shit. I said,
Yeah.
oh shit. And he said it
Yeah.
again. I said,
Yeah.
oh
it's
shit.
just- Like
It felt
watching,
weird.
there was a video of an after Dynamite segment where he was like, "Let's fucking do this," and it's just like, whoa. I was like, "Yeah, let's fucking do this."
Yeah, it's so good to see him happy and ready to do it again.
Yeah, like,
like-
the fact, oh man, that is like him and Edge and even Sheamus too, because Sheamus had that neck injury too. But like just the fact to see
Mm.
them go from like, hey, I can no longer wrestle, guys. I'm sorry, to
Right.
coming back to a fuel, like to refuel their passion and their presence be felt, and
Mhm.
every time they walk out, I know, because I would feel it. If I had a career ending injury, and then being able to come back and getting yes from a doctor saying that you can come back,
Mhm.
like, man, like at the Rumble, man, when we saw Edge come out, it was like, from a fan's point, we were both like, holy shit.
Everybody in that place
Like,
lost
yes.
their minds.
Well, there was a lot of people that knew, but they speculated it more. Like, you have to like
Yeah.
truly know, because you can hear the speculations and read
Oh, yeah.
this. Oh, well, Dave Meltzer said that Edge is going to be in the Royal Rumble.
Right,
Okay, yeah, cool. That's great that he's in the know.
right.
But just because you go off of somebody, you go off of what somebody says. It's
Yeah. I mean, he
like-
said other stuff that's not true as well. So
Right,
it's just
right,
like,
right. So
take it
I-
with a grain of salt.
not that I don't mind Meltzer. I don't give a shit. Like,
Right.
he's cool and all, but I mean, they're I don't know. But just some people are like, oh yeah, hey, did you know that Edge is coming?
Right.
Oh, okay, cool. What did you do? See him in the parking lot or something?
Right.
Did you actually watch him walk down the ramp? Not the ramp, but did you actually watch him come to the building and say, "Hey, what's up, Edge or Adam? How you doing?" You know, like, do you know him personally? It's
Right.
but you know,
Uh,
even though there was those speculations and he did show up, he still got an amazing pop that
Mhm.
like I don't think I could hear.
No, we were.
Like,
we were. It
I
was.
mean-
it was like an outer body experience.
Yeah, I'm like, is this real? Is it him for real? Like, oh my, there he is.
And
Like,
then he
there,
came out with the. That's.
and just.
On this day. Oh my god.
Like, just,
Ugh.
and I'm sure, like, with the way that we get emotional for seeing those people, I'm sure it's twice as much because they get to, like, they know
Yeah.
that they get to do it again, and they,
Yeah.
like, this is so awesome, man.
I'm
Oh,
back.
like,
I'm back
watching
home.
like again watching Daniel Bryan, now known and forever will be known as Bryan Danielson because
The
he was
American
known
Dragon.
as before he was in WWE, he was known as Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Exactly.
And now he gets to be back as the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, not some corporate built name
right.
that gets to showcase his talent on a minor scale until he had the Yes movement.
Oh yeah, that was when he really had it. But other than that, like he was like mid card and lower mid card type stuff.
And that's another thing too, man. WWE, man, they want you so that other people can't have you. They don't care about what you've done and what name you've made.
They want.
They
just want a body.
Yeah, right. And you can't. You could try to buy their name like AJ Styles. You could try to buy Adam Cole, but you can't buy Adam Cole because Adam Cole.
Right. Same with Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe, AJ, all those guys. They had all the say in the world. So.
And it's like, I'm keeping my name regardless of what you did because I made Samoa Joe, not you. I made AJ Styles, not you. I made Adam Cole, not you. You want to make money off of my name, you're not going to keep my name, so I can't use it outside of whatever. Like, exactly. I'm going to still, if I want to go back out to the Indies, I'm going to do it on what got me my name.
Right, exactly.
That's why Luke Gallows was named Doc.
Yeah, they had to get rid of Luke.
Because they owned Luke Gallows.
Yeah, and then I think whenever he was in Aces and Eights, I think it was just Doc.
It was just Doc because I don't know if it was because Malachi Black. If you really want to get specific, you can't use Black if he was Aleister Black, but he does because it's not the same.
Right.
But. I don't know why they just went to. I think it was because of it looked cooler to just be called Doc. Because a lot of the Sons of Anarchy really played a part in Aces and Eights. That was.
Oh, absolutely. I haven't even watched that show, and I know it's like a huge inspiration from that. So.
Oh yeah, and Doc fit because they got people with names that are real short and to the point.
That's right. Doc, Nux. I think there was Briscoe, Garrett, Bischoff.
Yeah, yeah, Garrett Bischoff and Briscoe, Jarrett, whatever his fucking name was. I don't know.
Not Jay Briscoe. Fuck, that's the fucking Briscoe. ROH.
Man, I saw another thing on TikTok last night about the Briscoes. How they had they did a thing off. I think it was like 2017 or something. There, we went down to Florida, and Jay was like, we went down to Florida, down to the WWE, and we were doing our thing, And they were like, oh man, y'all are a great talent. Yeah. So they were like, all right, we'll call you back, and blah blah blah. And so we went back up to our hometown, and we like, yo boys, it's our treat, man. We about to make that bread, and then next thing you know, it's just like. Then it turns into like, well, we got that call, and we weren't cosmetically pleasing. That is exactly what they told the Briscoes as to why they weren't signed, because they weren't cosmetically pleasing.
Oh, I know. I definitely know what it is.
And I'm just like, I've already heard that story when they first did it, but listening to it again sparked that memory of, you passed up and they were tearing it up. All the people were like, oh man, y'all about to get these contracts, man. Like they literally hyped them up.
They're like the best tag team. Like they're the best tag team ever. Like in my mind, like especially in the modern time, like I've never seen a tag team like them.
Yeah, they are by far the top 5.
Top 5. No cap. Cap, top 5.
Top 5, best. Out of all the top 10s, they still top 5.
Oh, absolutely.
God,
absolutely.
The GOD, Gorillas of Destiny, they're top 5.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, man, it's just...
I want, see, when they kicked open that Forbidden Door for New Japan on AEW, I was hoping, and I still hope, because they had Hikolo, or however you pronounce his name.
Hikaleo.
Hikaleo. Yeah, there you go. They had him on whatever,
Yeah, no,
but they can't. They don't
Dynamite.
get. Yeah, but they
Yeah.
don't do God. Come on, man.
Yeah, there's
Like
there's
that.
some there's something in that we don't know about, but I think
You know, I don't know if it's a work because I mean Tama Tonga can speak his mind,
oh, absolutely.
but I don't know how much of a work he does. It's hard to read him. Like
Yeah.
I can't tell when he's working and when he's shooting.
And I assume that's his thing. It's like I don't want people to know when I'm talking, when I'm working,
Oh,
and when
yeah.
I'm not. So
Yeah.
that's something I respect about him.
Mhm.
He's no matter what no matter what he says, you're gonna believe what he's saying.
Yeah.
So like if he says he wants to kill somebody, you're like, oh yeah, he really wants to kill somebody.
You never know if he's serious or not. Like I mean, like I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if you've seen it or not, but the what culture or whatever when
oh hell yeah, I seen that.
Yeah,
that was
when,
great.
and when Haku was like he swung and tried to punch him, like I mean if that was legit,
Bro.
then holy shit,
Yeah,
like they're lucky.
Like he said, from what they said, he thought it was real at first, and then they say, "Oh, whoa, we're just messing around. No, it's not real." Because like it's freaking Haku. That boy's gonna kill you.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
He said he threw his phone to his wife and started going,
yeah,
in flip flops.
Yeah, like it.
Oh.
So it's kind of hard to like, and that's good because then you can keep kayfabe alive that way with the gods. Gorillas of Destiny, man. Like, I like them as a tag team. Like whenever
they're so good.
Like Camacho, aka Tongaloa.
Yeah.
He's gonna forever be known as Tongaloa.
For real. Now.
Yeah, no, I don't even like. I know he was Camacho. When I remember seeing him, I was like, oh, he's Camacho. Yeah. That's right.
I saw him in NXT a bit, and then like he was with Sin Cara, the guy the guy that's under Sin Cara now, Hunico.
Hunico.
And
no, like
he is so much better than what they showed. I mean,
like God. he actually gets to wrestle and not just know.
Like, I remember seeing him one time, Honma. You remember Honma, the guy that kind of has the red and yellow colors, and he does that headbutt that misses all the time?
I don't remember.
Basically, he's an old wrestler.
I'm trying to remember.
Was
he a bald guy?
Yeah, he has a buzz cut. He might be bald now, but he's really old.
Was it like a blonde or like a silver?
It's bleach blonde, and it's it's like if Hulk Hogan was blonde in Japanese.
Just buzz cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
think I remember. Yeah,
he was chopping or something. Chopping Tongaloa up in the corner. It's like, fuck, I hate you, bitch. Just cursing at him. Fuck you. Bitch. He's just getting
I've seen that. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because I think he's done that multiple times though.
Yeah.
And because I've seen him do that where he's getting chopped and he's like, he just starts yelling.
I fucking hate you. I love it.
Yeah.
And then Bad Luck Fale, I mean, he's extremely good as a big guy.
Like I mean, just the Bullet Club. I mean, I don't. It's sad to say that the Bullet Club hasn't been like they're still there, but it hasn't. And I know that it kind of makes it look like the Bullet Club was the main stars have left and they've gone in AEW, but
in reality right now, you go ahead.
But to me, like they didn't really lose. Like, yes, they lost their guys,
but they weren't really the OGs. Like
and it's not just the OGs. They didn't lose. They lost the guys that went to go other places, but they can't. Like I don't know. They kind of decreased in popularity because of that. But at the same time, they haven't.
Right. I think that's the thing. Also, it's just like also they just added Chris Bay to the fold, so there was that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not like I said, they haven't really lost.
Mm-hmm. It's just like for me, like I since I hadn't watched a lot of New Japan recently in a couple years or whatever.
Yeah.
It seemed like they were kind of falling off because I didn't see them too much. And
It's because of their elite. The elite were the ones that, yeah, they helped bring out stuff, but it wasn't for the Bullet Club. It was, I guess, kind of for themselves.
Right.
And I mean, I get that. I get, whatever. And if Tama Tonga is really truly angry about them, doing it,
I can see that.
then yeah, I can understand. But if he's not, and he's just making it look like a work, like, oh yeah, fuck you, Luke Gallows, you were original, and you turned your back and you sold out, blah blah blah.
Right.
Okay, if that's a work, hey, cool, no big deal. If it's real, I get it. I get it, but I think
he's cool. I think he's cool with Finn. I think he's not cool with Carl and Doc right now.
Well, yeah,
I don't know for sure now. I don't know for sure, but out of the guys that are gone, I don't know how he feels about AJ. I don't know how he feels about a couple other folks that are gone. But I know about the Elite. He don't like the Elite, so there's that.
Now I wonder if, because I used to see pictures of him and or videos or whatever of Carl Anderson hanging out with them and stuff. But I wonder if it's because they're on two separate things that they have to kind of keep it kayfabe and just kind of, oh well, we can't really see you because of we're two different businesses.
The old school stuff.
Yeah, but then again, I don't know, because what if he, that forbidden door is kicked open, even though Tama was like, yo, WWE, come on,
yeah, come talk to me.
Talk to me.
We'll really open the forbidden door.
And it's like, okay, but WWE is not going to, because I believe that New Japan knows that WWE is going to treat their talent
just like they treat everybody else.
Yeah, they're going to treat them just like shit. They're not going to if they were to send, let's say they send Okada over there, the best, their golden moneymaker, their John Cena, their John Cena over to WWE.
Oh yeah,
it'd be like,
would be disrespectful. They would make Okada look like shit.
Yeah, they wouldn't even. They would do well, granted, they did to Okada before, in TNA.
Impact.
Yeah, but that was before he was actually something. He was. They purposefully sent out their young young lions and stuff.
Yeah.
To go. Do their thing
and stuff. Yeah. Now with that, if I'm not mistaken, New Japan at that time told Impact, hey, this is going to be our guy in a few years, and you kind of treat him good or whatever.
Oh yeah, and then they didn't, because they treated him like the Green Hornet, whatever, sidekick.
Jesus. God.
But I believe that WWE would really shit on him at the very beginning. They would probably send him into NXT, and it would be great. No, because like they did with
Shinsuke and Kushida and
Kushida. Yeah.
There's a couple other folks.
Because who's the time guy? That was Kushida, right?
That's Kushida. Yeah, Kushida's
there. Because he went back. No, he's still in there
right now.
Oh, okay.
He's there.
That was Kenta. Yeah, that was Kenta.
There we go. Yeah, Kenta was there for a bit.
And they treated him good, but I think it was his injury that set him off.
His injuries really fucked his thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he didn't have that injury, I feel like he would have been great. It would have.
Oh yeah, I think it would have been better, because when I first figured out that he was going, because my brother had hyped him up.
Big time.
Yeah.
Because he's really into New Japan, right?
Yeah, he's just into stuff in general.
Yeah.
He's more like wrestling, not see, when I was brought up, I was just WWE. That's all I knew. I knew there was independent stuff due to the magazines and stuff, but I never, because it wasn't on TV and I didn't have any other way to access it, to my knowledge, I was just WWE.
Same.
And WWE, WCW.
And I didn't even know about WCW. I really didn't even know about that until the Invasion.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I only knew about it after the invasion, and even then they made it seem like it was less than. And so I didn't know, other things until I think I already told y'all the story. You used a story about it. That
Yeah.
one time when my dad was flicking through the TV, just like your stepdad, saying, "Oh, this wrestling," and it was AJ Styles in like a six man tag match with Billy Gunn and somebody else. But he was jumping. He did like tope over the top and jumping on Billy Gunn. I said, "Wait a minute, that's Billy Gunn. Let me see. Let me watch this here." It was
For TNA.
Yeah, it was TNA, and it was on the Fox Sport Network.
Yeah,
or something.
Fox Sports Net, FSN at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it was 4 o'clock. Yeah.
It was like
I
4
thought it was
o'clock.
like 2.
I remember specifically it was 4 o'clock because I came home from school and I flipped through the channels because I was like, because I was at my sister's dad's house at the time because I would go over there for whatever reason, I can't remember, but I was flipping through the channels and all of a sudden I saw wrestling and I was like, whoa, cool, what is this? It kind of reminded me of like, not the Impact itself, but just the fact like, MTV would have the whole Wrestling Society X, so it kind of reminded me of that. So I was like, wait, what is this? So I watched it, Canadian Destroyer. That instantly hooked me. That was what instantly hooked me.
That was my favorite finisher for years.
That and then the way the X Division is what instantly hooked me. So I was like, oh shit, 4 o'clock? Okay, every Friday, like, we'll see you here next week at 4 o'clock on that fast nerd. And I was, okay, cool. So again, followed the whole schedule, just watched every time I got home. I was like, okay. And just
like
watching that old school, like that, I forget that. There was I think it was like Hard Justice, but it was the black guy that would do the narrating. So like every time, so it would open up. It would open up with the whole like satellites and all. That opening was so awesome.
I love that dude. Yes, I remember exactly what you're talking about. He would do like all the hype, pay-per-view hypes and like video hypes.
Yeah.
Oh, he was so good.
Yeah, he was like just excellent. So
good.
That's when I saw Impact first. And then it changed, like, as I grew up and it obviously changed to what it was and to what it is, it was like, so then I stopped watching it.
Right. Man, I feel like the X Division was our cruiserweight.
Oh, yeah, hands down it was. But it had no limits. Right. There was no like limits. When Samoa Joe, when I first saw the Samoa Joe debut, that was great. Watching him come out after he bloodied that towel up, after he bloodied what's his name?
I remember exactly who it was. Some guy from Mexico, Shocker or something like that.
I don't remember. I just remember him blooding up. Like he bloodied somebody and got the towel and wiped it and carried it the whole rest of the time until his gimmick changed.
Yes. Oh, so freaking awesome. Samoa Joe was, when I first seen him, because usually, especially in WWE, they make the tough guy all muscly and big and giant. And he just came out as a regular dude from across the block or something. And like he was very believable, and like he just beat somebody's ass.
Whenever he came in and then just did some powerhouse moves, and you were just like, oh. And when he flew, it's like you got the best of both worlds. You got the whole package.
That's what it did it for me. He was just the whole package. And then on the mic, oh my God.
Yeah. And then watching, like I said, AJ Styles, Austin Starr, before he was Austin Aries. He was Austin Starr.
Yeah. And then he left and went to ROH for a bit and then came back as Austin Aries. That's right.
Yeah. Because I remember seeing Austin Starr and Alex Shelley and like Paparazzi Productions. Yeah. And then also like before pre-Kevin Nash too. And, and when they also made stables like Team Canada.
Oh my God.
And they had AWA and the Jarrett Coalition or whatever they called it. No, it was Christian Coalition.
Yeah,
It was a
Christian
Christian
Coalition.
Cole.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
Tom Cole came back. They added AJ
AJ.
to it.
Yeah,
There's like one or
and
two more people, but
yeah,
oh my god! And then
but Jeff Jarrett stable, and but when they made like that the World Cup,
yeah, what was it?
they for me that was like the worlds collide. They did what I say we should do, like dream matches,
They
except
started it basically.
yeah, it wasn't WWE guys though.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it was just basically all around the world. There's all these different. There's Team Mexico, Team Canada, Team USA, Team Impact, Team this,
yeah.
team like there's
Team
just
Japan.
so many different. Yeah, team different countries in a tournament for the World Cup, and I think it was because it was Samoa Joe that won. I remember specifically.
Right, yeah.
I remember specifically because I have a toy that Joe had his towel and then the trophy.
Mm,
So because I had a toy of that,
mm,
and so but like that, those were the days of TNA, and those were like that's like the AEW now to me. That's like the AEW now is showcasing these phenomenal talents, but without making this. Oh, I'm just a big muscle-headed dude that only bodybuilds, and Vince McMahon wants me to come wrestle because I'm a bodybuilder that's, does those pageants, those bodybuilding pageants. That's right, I'm calling them bodybuilding pageants because
they are.
That's what you're doing.
You're showing off your body.
You're just showing off your body. Those little, look at my muscles.
And like it's no different than the beauty pageants.
Yeah, and you're just strutting your stuff and showing off your assets.
Yep.
Like just wrestling in general, man. Like it's fueled my passion again. Like AEW has fueled my passion again. Honestly.
Yeah. And me,
But,
I think that for me too. But also at the same time, like going back into the indies, like we have, that fueled my passion again too.
Yeah,
like,
we're like going to that show.
Really started something.
That was like, and that was the beginning of like our first, like back at our first video.
That is our first video.
Yeah, that was our first video too of the start of something new, and like that, the indies. Like you said, you've watched more indies than I have, so you can be able to, and I'll let you talk on that, and I'll just you know what, I'll say that I want to check it out, and then I'll just forget because I'm bad like that.
Right.
But
I was gonna save that for like a little single, like not really a single video, but like a video on its own because there's so many of them there.
Oh yeah.
But just like a quick encapsulate what I've seen so far. I mean. To me, IWTV has brought back the territories.
Okay.
It has been really good, as in like Action Wrestling and New South Pro, of course, New Texas Pro. All these, they're running the South pretty much. There's one TWE I haven't seen yet, but it's down in Chattanooga, Tennessee or something. I can't remember, but it's down there. And of course we got we have the Paradigm Wrestling up there. That's around the Indiana area kind of type thing, and it's a little sparse more compared to like New South is a weekly programming, and some of them are monthly, like Paradigm and Beyond Wrestling is really good. In Maine, it's mostly in Maine, and same with Limitless Wrestling. Those two have really good content, as in like producing wise, and like really good mic. Like you can hear the mics really well. Like on indie shows and stuff, when you play back that stuff on on the video or whatever, it's not going to sound too good. You just hear the. So
gotcha.
There's that, but then like they got the instant replays and stuff like that in there, and so. Everything so far has been pretty good. Everything I've seen. Oh, and I don't watch a lot of deathmatch stuff, but there's one that I not religiously, but I watch more. I make sure I watch. It's called No Peace Underground.
Oh, okay.
It's out of Florida, and it's like there's no ring most of the time. It's like a concrete area with with the barricades, and it's literally like death match central, and it's just like all the death match guys and from the area, like in the south and all that.
Oh, okay.
And like Chris Bay just went there, had a hardcore match there. Some people, some good ass people come through there. You remember? You might know this guy, Mike Perro.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, he was he was there. Effie was there. Lot of folks there. A lot of like bigger indie names there. And I wanted to see kind of what they were doing there, and I didn't know it was fully deathmatch until I opened it up. I was like, God damn! And it's just like
straight up death matches all over the place.
And like the whole reason why I don't watch death matches like that is because like it's happening for no reason, and like not that it's I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that right. It's not that it's for no reason, but
it's trying to emulate the old ECW, where it's just hardcore, just all the time.
Yeah, and which I don't know if that's just me not watching hardcore for so long, but I just like it to be special. Like I like it to be for a reason. And then now, No Peace, I will say, No Peace has really good angles. They do have reasons. That's why I watch the deathmatch stuff, because they have reasons beyond a championship. They have like mostly grudge matches and stuff, and it's just like, and the one-off matches are like gruff, like death match dudes. There's this one guy named Neil Diamond Cutter, and he basically he's a like skinny old dude, kind of look like you would in 20 years if you didn't get in shape. So you look better than he does, obviously. But like if you
see how it is.
Talk about think about you 20 years older if you did not keep yourself in shape.
I don't really keep myself in shape. I'm very active.
Well, I'll put it like this.
Is he fat?
No. He's very scrawny. I'll put it like that. Yeah. He's a scrawny redneck. So, but anyway, you'll see whenever I show you. But he.
I see how it is. I'm not redneck, but okay. Like see yourself in 20 years, but a redneck.
I'm just saying because he has the beard you have right now. So it's just like sometimes it reminds me of you sometimes with the long beard, but. No, you're not a redneck.
You have a long beard too. What are you talking about?
I do, but he has a short hair. But anyway, he comes out and he doesn't really win a lot, but he's kind of like how would I put it? He's kind of like the Tommy Dreamer up there. It's just like he's the old veteran, and he goes out there and he'll give you a good ass match, and he'll win and everything here and there, but if it's for a championship, most of the time he's not going to win.
Basically, he's the
because
I wouldn't say Tommy Dreamer, because Tommy Dreamer actually won titles.
Well, he won championships before. Right now he's not really right now, but like that's with everything though. So he won championships where I didn't see him. So and he's good. He's older, so it's just like, and it's all of them use the light tubes and blah 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 and stuff, but like doors instead of tables and all that good stuff. And
that's because light tubes and doors are
cheaper.
Well, not only cheaper, but they're easier to break, and well, I don't know about doors. Doors may be a little bit harder.
It depends on the door, I think. If it's like the wooden door, it'll break easier. Like they have those really light doors that just
a normal basic, like wood door that if you punch it, you can just go straight through.
Yeah, exactly. And but yeah, it's good. That's good. Like I said, I don't really watch too much. I don't really watch too much deathmatch promotions.
It's not. I get it. It's not that you wanted to. It's for no reason. It's more of like you have to have a storyline.
That's what I mean. Yeah. No. Yeah. When I say no reason, I mean as in there's no storyline in it.
Yeah, there's no storyline reason as to why they're doing the death match. It's just, hey, we're gonna have a hardcore match because this is our program of. Yeah. We're a hardcore style programming.
Yeah.
Versus just, hey, we're, this guy versus this guy in a winner loser leaves, or winner takes
Mm.
this, or winner does that, blah blah.
Yeah, I guess I could like thinking on the other side of that token though. I can make the argument on the other side that we could say the same thing about regular wrestling, that it all is the same and blah blah blah. And it's like
True,
at the
true.
same time they're not bleeding out and almost dying every match.
Well, yeah. Not only that, but it's less. I don't know.
It's
Uh,
less safe. I mean, I'm just gonna say it straight up. It's because
eh,
I mean they're always like cut up and it's just like landing on nasty. Like they're taking a lot. Like I hate to use this phrase, but the bump card thing is just like they're
mhm.
hurting their bodies for for one, not too much money,
Yeah, for
and
handshake and hot dog.
yeah. And if it's not that, I'm sure they make a bit more than they used to, but it's not enough for that.
I
To
mean, if they're
me.
selling their stuff, because they basically, I see it. They're an independent contractor, like they said for WWE. You're an independent contractor,
Yeah, exactly.
which is kind of funny how WWE says they're an independent contractor, but they can't work anywhere else but the WWE. So they're not an independent contractor.
All right, but that's neither
Anyway,
here nor there.
they're working off of, hey, you sell your shirts and you'll make your money, or
That's about
whatever,
it.
because you got it for the venue. They probably make whatever they make off of
The ticket sales and all that
the
stuff.
ticket sales. They got to pay for the rent of the venue,
The wrestlers.
and then the wrestlers.
And there they have commentary too. So they have the commentary at these
Yeah.
companies and stuff. It's usually never. I don't usually see any no commentary things. So
Yeah, those with commentary, it's pretty cool. Like when we went to the New
Texas Pro.
Texas,
Mhm.
yeah, we saw a commentary, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh shit, there's
Yeah.
actually commentary,
Yeah, because
which is
it was
cool.
yeah, because it was going on IWTV, so that's why they
Yeah.
had commentary.
Yeah,
there.
which is awesome, because when they have commentary, it's like, oh man, that makes me want to. And I know I say I want to, but I haven't. But it makes me want to like actually go see and look and watch that back and actually listen to the commentary, because
Right.
although it's not, it's both the commentators that make the story and the wrestlers that make the story. But if you only get one side of the story through what you see as the wrestlers, then it's one way. But if you have and then you see just the commentary, if you're just listening to the commentary on headphones and you're not watching the match, you get a whole different side of what's happening. But if you put them together,
It's like
it's
a whole.
it fits
Like,
better.
it's like a puzzle.
Yeah, you got one piece here and one piece here, and then when you put them together, it fits perfectly.
Mhm.
So, and like going to the indie events and not being able to hear the commentary but seeing them, I was like, man, I really want to know what they're saying.
Right.
Or like getting a play-by-play, like, oh my god, they're like giving stats and stuff, like watching them give stats, like, hell man, why can't we just do that? Well,
Exactly. Like.
I'm gonna plug ourselves right now. All right, New Texas Pro. If for the guys that are watching New Texas, like if you are watching, or if you do watch New Texas Pro, if you're looking for people to referee, commentate, I don't know, just give stats. I don't know, just hit us up, man. Hit us up. Sheriff, I'm talking to you. No, but no.
You policeman.
I'm talking to you, Sheriff. You want to tell your deputy to come on down and give us a job.
Right?
We'll be your deputies.
I'm telling you, it's not a question, it's a demand.
We want to be your deputies. No, but in all seriousness, like that would be pretty cool. But no, like just hearing commentary on indie stuff and like getting to know these indie guys through the commentary is like, oh, that puts a whole, like, oh man,
That's
you should
how I
see
learned
him.
about all these wrestlers. Like when I go to watch them, like when I went to when we went to the show and we seen Chad Radrick. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Cole
Radrick.
Radrick. I'm sorry, Cole Radrick.
Yeah, Cole. I was gonna say
Yeah.
Chad. Chad is no. There's no
Yes,
Chad.
that's on me. I'm sorry about that. But,
No, that's cool. Cole Radrick.
Cole Radrick. That was the first time I seen him, and then when I went on IWTV, he was actually pretty renowned on the Indies. So I seen him running around. Same with Billy Starks.
Yeah. Which
all these
I don't know.
folks.
Did you see? When was it? I don't know if it was last week or the week before. Did you see the BSB banner
Oh yeah.
on one of them? It was either on Impact or Rampage. I can't remember. I think it was on Rampage.
I
but
saw
it was,
somebody had the banner out there.
Yeah, I was like, I know that. Like, I literally
Billy
told my
Stark,
girl,
the Billy Starks brand.
yeah. Or big Starks brand or something like that.
Starks. I have to look for it because I have the Twitter, so
yeah.
I'll
So I was
find
just
it.
like, oh,
So
like
cool.
I saw them on TV. I was like, oh man, I almost wanted to be like, let me take a picture and then send it to Billy and be like, look, I saw your banner. But I was like, nah.
I think it's like a group because I see a lot of other
it's a
people
group
that has
because
like armbands and stuff on it.
well, yeah, it's a group. It's a brand.
Yeah.
I mean, as it says in the name, it's a
Starks
brand.
Yeah. That's true.
It's just the fact that it's Billy Starks, which I don't know if she started it or if it's like her Starks daddy or mommy parents, her Starks parents. either way, like I don't know. It was cool to see that though because it was like, oh shit, like seeing stuff like that on the indies because I know that technically they do go and look at indie talent and give them chances. So it's like, whoa.
But just to see them, and then I've been seeing a few of them show
like,
up.
Let's talk about Roxy, man, winning the ROH women's title, man.
Roxy,
like we
bro.
saw her on New
Thank
Texas.
Thank you for reminding me. Yes.
Yeah, like
Roxy,
whoa, man,
bro.
We saw her wrestle, and then she's now the women's champion.
Not only is she now the Ring of Honor women's champion, she is the new Texas Pro women's champion. So,
yeah.
Two titles.
Double title. Which obviously Ring of Honor is not gonna care to,
But we will.
But we will.
We
New
know
Texas,
what it is.
New Texas will.
Yeah.
They'll showcase her with the Ring of
Yes,
Honor women's
absolutely.
champion when she comes back to wrestle at Elijah One.
Yeah, Elijah Wan, yeah. Hopefully, that doesn't mean she's going to lose the new Texas title.
I hope not either, but hey, you never know.
It is. I
that's
think
what
it is
happens.
against Rachel, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check.
I don't remember. But if so, then
it's going to be. Speaking of the Elijah Wan show, that's going to be really good.
I believe Rachel was in one of the Impact or the not Impact, but
AEW.
AEW. I think she got. Yeah, I thought she got. Didn't
she got? I think she did.
Is it Masha?
Masha Slamovic. There we go.
Yeah,
Masha. She's been running around too. She's been doing a lot of good stuff. She's been doing a lot of stuff. She just popped up at NWA. She was in that special battle royal. She's at Beyond and Limitless Wrestling a lot. She's running around. She making them rounds.
Yes, a lot of the new Texas Pro women are making their rounds, man. It's good.
And then the guys too. I mean, my gosh, they've been killing it too. Like Mysterious.
I wish, I'm not gonna lie. I wish, we should probably try to do something to where we can get Q onto AEW Dark or something.
For real, there needs to be something.
We need to tweet out, yo, AEW, check out Mysterious Q.
Right. I need to get. There's so many
showcase him. Just watching. If he were to get a thing, because I'm not trying to dog on Fuego, but if Fuego can do it, if Fuego can get an Impact or a AEW contract, then
Q.
I think I believe Q. I believe Q could definitely get one. And I think it was. Like I said, Sammy had, not that Sammy has a bunch of pull, but I think it was Sammy's influence with his blogs and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Fuego's his best friend, which, I mean, they're both from Texas, or at least Sammy is.
Yeah. He's
I think
from
Fuego
Houston as well.
Yeah, I think Fuego technically is, but I think he's going off of wherever they said he was from
I can't
on
remember.
Impact. I can't remember either. But when he lost his car, I can't remember what they said he was from. I was like, I thought he was from Houston. What the hell? Oh well.
But yeah, we have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just so
Even on
many-
even in like AEW, like Rampage tomorrow. I'm excited for Rampage tomorrow.
Mhm.
Like to see CM Punk wrestle again.
Mhm.
Well,
On
actually,
TV.
not again, but this time on TV.
Yeah, this time on TV because you didn't get to
Yeah.
watch it, right?
I
You
didn't.
get-
Yeah, no, I didn't get
I
to
watched
watch
it.
it.
I watched it online after. I won't say
Oh, okay.
how, but
Yeah, okay.
I
You
watched.
saw it.
I
Is
watched.
it kind of like you? Is it kind of like the New Japan way?
Mhm.
It was the same way that you do
Mhm.
for New Japan. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah,
I
okay.
Yeah, I watch it. I watch it the way I watch New Japan.
Yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Basically the
it's
day
good.
after.
Mhm. Same
Yeah.
thing with NWA. You know.
Mm.
I watch
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I've been
Yeah,
trying to
definitely.
watch GCW that way, but there's a lag.
Oh, fuck that. I don't want no lags, man. I
It
can't
throws
handle
me
lags.
off. Like it throws me off.
Yeah, I can't handle lags. It'll be like last night our TV kind of lagged out a little bit
Yeah.
for the signal because we live basically in the middle of nowhere.
Oh god.
So it's kind of like we live in the woods, so the signals are kind of spotty, and that's why sometimes if you text me or something and I don't respond until a certain time, that's why.
Oh okay.
It's not like I'm ignoring you. I,
Oh, no,
I
I-
honestly, if I were to get it, I usually respond right as soon as I get it. I
Right.
never like, except for at work. At work, I'll keep it in my pocket and then I'll just say, "Oh, sorry, I'm at work" or whatever. But at home, when I'm not doing anything, my phone stays strapped. Actually, my phone stays strapped to me at all times anyway. But like, if I'm at home and I don't hear anything go off, and all of a sudden I step outside for some reason, and then bling, 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 like, ah, shit, I didn't have any signal this whole time.
Right.
So I'll be like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I had any signal. But anyway,
Right.
so like, yeah, last night it kind of lagged a little bit. It stopped, and I was like,
Mm.
oh shit, it's not live anymore. So I'm like, it went out for a good 30 seconds or so, and I was just like, here, let me just pull up on my phone. And by the time I got up on my phone and it kicked back on, I was like, oh, okay, so they didn't have a winner. I was like, thank God they didn't have a winner, because it was
Right.
during the Ruby Soho match,
And Brit.
and yeah, it was Ruby and Britt match, and it stopped like almost towards the end. It kind of lagged out, and then it came back, and I got to see the actual
Thing.
result. Not like I got to see it after, like, because it was 9 o'clock, and I was like, oh shit, it's 9 o'clock, it's probably over, it's
Mhm.
lagging, and the next thing you know, it cuts back in and lets us finish it, and I was like, oh sweet.
Right.
But yeah, lags, I don't like lags, man, because if it messes up, especially on live TV, if it messes up and I'm like behind,
Oh.
I feel like even though I'm behind and I'll still catch up, I feel like I'm behind, or like I missed something.
Right.
But yeah.
But I hate to do this, but I need to stop and go cook some food and stuff. So,
Yeah, no.
so
You
I'm
don't have
sorry,
to.
yo,
You
but,
don't have. We don't have to hate to nothing, man. You know, I mean, yeah, I hate to break our thing so we can. Granted, nobody in the chat, but that's okay.
Yeah, but we still had a good. We still
Yeah,
had a good time. So.
it'll be on YouTube.
Yeah, so real quick, y'all, thank you for coming to the video, for
Yes,
watching.
Thank you.
We will try to be more consistent.
Yes,
At least once a week, if not
For
maybe
sure.
At least
Yeah.
maybe two, at least one. So,
Oh yeah, for sure one.
Yeah.
Once a week.
So this
Maybe
has been
two.
or maybe two, but just
Yeah.
especially
For
at
sure
least
one.
But
For sure one.
That being said, this has been the Outrageously Chaotic Podcast. I've been Nate Outrage. He has been,
The chaotic one, Nick.
and we will see y'all another day.